held me back when I tried to move on from your life. So you stole my life with clarity. So hold me back, now you're here, 'cause I'm mad, you know.
3 minutos então para... Aliás, menos de 3 minutos para a primeira competição entre a Tunísia e a Espanha. Less than 3 minutes, so we can have the boats on the water again between Tunisia and Spain for the double mix juniors. So we need to wait a little bit for all the boats be ready for the competition, be ready to get in the water in this circuit set up here in Oeiras, Praia da Torre, protected with this big fort we have here. Alguns minutos então para as embarcações estarem todas prontas para começarmos a competição. Neste circuito montado aqui na Praia da Torre em Oeiras, protegidos pelo Forte São João da Barra.
Only for a moment, only for a while.
Well, folks, we're moving on now to the first quarterfinal for the junior mixed doubles. We've had a fantastic day of racing here so far in Oeiras, Portugal for the 2021 World Road Beach Sprint Finals, and we're getting started with the first of the 3 quarterfinals for the junior mixed doubles. Ladies and gents, lining up in lane 1 for Spain, Jaime Soler Bernaldez and Alejandra Rumbo Redondo. And in lane 2 for Tunisia, Bilal Frigoui and Hela Behaji Mohamed. Now, you guys have already raced throughout the course of the beach sprint already, but now that you're in the mixed double, any change in strategy?
Yeah, I'm ready and feel so excited for the race, so I will push hard to the last second.
Excellent. Well, you'll give it absolutely everything. That's what we like to hear. Now, you've already been racing this morning, Jaime. How are you feeling?
Good, yes.
Yeah?
We'll try to do it as well as in the doubles.
Brilliant. And it's great to have you here, Alejandra. Where is it you're from?
I'm from Alicante.
From Alicante. There's a club you raced for there?
Regatas Alicante.
Great. Well, it's great to have you all here. And Bilal, of course, who we've seen racing through the course of yesterday in the junior men's solo. So look, guys, very best of luck. Go and get yourselves ready.
Esta primeira regata deste quartos finais entre a Tunísia e a Espanha. 1 minute for the start. Please put your boats on the water.
Get ready. Attention.
Here we go then, the first quarter-final of 3 for the junior mixed doubles. And it's a quick start. We've seen her, she's so quick. Helebel Haji Mohammed for Tunisia, making the sprint down to join Bilal Frigui. They're both medalists from just yesterday where they were racing in the junior solos. Frigui taking the bronze in the junior men's solo, and world champion Helebel Haji Mohammed for Tunisia in the junior women's solo. And they're off to a fast start, so we know that there'll be a great combination now that they find themselves together in the mixed double. Hot competition though, Jaime Soler Bernaldez and Alejandra Rombo Redondo for Spain. Looking pretty level here. The Spaniards beaten out at the start. We haven't seen that very frequently, but it just shows the caliber of the Tunisian mixed double we're seeing here. A length up already, making their way up to the second slalom boys.
Ora, cá está então a Tunísia e a Espanha. A Tunísia que ontem nos solos já tiveram 2 medalhas. A Hela Mohamed foi medalha de ouro e o Bilal Frigui foi medalha de bronze na embarcação da Tunísia. Mas a Espanha também está muito forte, muito paralelas nesta saída.
Well, coming up to the turning point now, Tunisia at 41, Spain at 35, so very, very different rates of striking. Spain going quite wide into this buoy, Tunisia overshooting ever so slightly more than Spain, so it's anybody's guess as to who's going to make the better of this turn as they now try to line themselves up and pick the boat speed back up. I've been talking about it all competition so far. Just the weight of that boat after an almost dead stop at the turning point is so difficult when the lactic acid is already built up in your legs. Jaime Soler Bernaldez has already raced through the course of the men's double, the junior men's double this morning, so he's got quite a few races in his legs already. Going off on a slight arc to come back in, the Tunisians heading dead straight. Their navigation throughout their solo event absolutely perfect, and that is being retained into this mixed double event. Spain look to have drawn level now though, so a great turn for them, and also having a slightly wider arc back in to the finish area. This could still be on for them. It's a quarterfinal, so it's a knockout race, this one. The winner of this will progress on to the semi-final, where they'll get at least 2 more races, because they'll race the semi and then either the A or B finals. So it's all about progressing from here if you want a shot at the medals and getting into the final 4. Coming into the beach landing now then, there's very little separating them. Half a length, if that, as Tunisia make shoreline here. And let's see how they run up the beach. Bilal Frigui out like a rocket. That is a textbook dismount. There is no stopping this guy. Absolutely rapid. He couldn't have done that quicker. And he hits the buzzer. That's a win to Tunisia. But folks, here is Jaime Soler Bernaldez for Spain, taking 2nd place in this quarterfinal. It is nonetheless though Bilal Frigui and Helebel Haji Mohammed for Tunisia going to the semi.
E a Tunísia a passar para a semifinal. E a próxima quarta-final vai ser entre Portugal e Itália. Portanto, Diogo Carvalho e Beatriz Varela. É esta altura em que o público português aqui na praia vai ter que dar o tudo por tudo e puxar por os nossos campeões. Vamos lá. Diogo Carvalho e Beatriz Varela contra a Itália.
Well, folks, we're moving on now to the second of the 3 quarterfinals to get through to the next round here in the junior mixed doubles. Folks, lining up here in lane 1 then for Italy, Federica Cesena and Nicola Rizzi. And in lane 2 for Portugal, Pedro Rodriguez and Beatriz Varela. Now, we're all really eager to hear a little bit more about where you're from. Maybe you could tell us where you're from and which clubs you race for.
I'm from Portugal and I race for Navalheim.
Whereabouts in Portugal?
Figueira da Foz.
Excellent.
I'm from Oporto and I race for the Club Naval Infanto Henrique.
Well done and congratulations getting here to race and represent Portugal. And whereabouts are you from?
I'm from Italy and I row for the LNE Barletta.
Excellent.
From Barletta in the southwest of Italy, and I race for Lega Navale Italiana Barletta.
Fantastic. Well, look, give your friends and family at home a wave and go and get yourselves ready, and good luck.
Entre Portugal e Itália, troca Pedro Rodrigues e Beatriz Varela. Esta é a dupla correta para esta dupla mista. So for the Portuguese, we will have Pedro Rodrigues instead of Diogo Carvalho with Beatriz Varela. One minute for the start. Please put your boats on the water.
Get ready. Attention.
Here we go then. It's Nicola Rizzi against Beatriz Varela in the sprint down to the boat. Nicola Rizzi getting there first. He must be a sprinter in his side jobs, but he gets into the boat. Let's see who's going to take that first stroke. A bit of a challenge. Nicola Rizzi getting onto the seat. So difficult. The seat has come off. It's disaster in the start here for Italy. Portugal getting away clean, and they're already underway, heading straight towards their first buoy. A fantastic start for them. They'll be looking back, seeing Portugal having had a difficult one here. The question is, will they keep going full tilt throughout the race? They'll have to now that Italy have started, but it's such a powerful position to be able to look back on your competitors and react to their race strategy. So as we come up towards the second buoy for Portugal, they're out in front, and Italy just make it to the correct side of the first buoy. So there's an enormous margin here. You can see on these beautiful pictures of the beach in Oeiras, Portugal, where leading out in front, as long as they can race a clean and straight race, Portugal are looking pretty safe for the win here. They're coming up towards the turning point. Will they be able to hold on to that lead? They may even ease off the pace ever so slightly to make sure that they conserve a bit of energy. That's why we love this power endurance sport, because they'll be going through to the semi-finals, which for the junior mixed double, they'll be racing in just under 20 minutes time. So there really is very little opportunity for them to drain out that lactic acid, get themselves set for yet another sprint.
E Portugal a sair-se na frente depois de um pequeno problema técnico aqui com a Itália. Está a dar por tudo para conseguir. Eu lembro que daqui a pouco mais 20 minutos eles vão estar novamente em competição. É duríssimo passarmos todas as fases deste alinhamento. Esta é a parte gira e divertida desta competição do remo de mar.
Portugal streaking ahead in their straight line in. Nobody likes to win this way, but a win is a win is a win, and they are out in front. Pedro Rodriguez and Beatriz Varela looking set for the semi-finals, where they'll make the final four and be in with a really strong chance of a medal here in front of a home crowd in Portugal. 50 meters or so before they make their beach landing, and they'll be thinking about conserving a bit of energy perhaps, and just making sure they avoid any injuries or niggles through coming into the beach. We will see Pedro Rodriguez heading up the bank to come and hit that buzzer. He's in the bow seat, so it's his opportunity to shine in this finishing sprint. He won't need to sprint it all out. He might just jog his way up. But let's have a look in front of a home crowd. He's going to give it everything. Here comes Pedro Rodriguez for Portugal, securing their place through to the semi-finals. A fantastic result for the local favourites here. And then coming in to the last 4 or 5 strokes for Italy, we have Federica Cesena and Nicola Rizzi. Last couple of strokes, a challenging start for them, but they've given it everything throughout this 500-meter sprint out there on the water. Federica Cesena makes a clean exit and is coming up the beach. She'll lock in their time and take second place in this quarterfinal for the junior mixed doubles. Let's give her a huge round of applause here, folks. Federica Cesena and Nicola Rizzi for Italy.
Forte aplauso para a dupla italiana por este grande esforço e também para os nossos portugueses que conseguiram passar à próxima fase. A próxima dupla vai ser entre os Estados Unidos e a Alemanha.
Well, folks, it's time now for the third quarterfinal in the junior mixed double sculls event. Lining up here then in lane 1 for Germany, we have Manuel Mutzel and Anouk Ekelberger. And lane 2 for the USA, Brian O'Leary and Britt Wadovich. Now guys, we've seen you racing previously, but we want to learn a little bit more about you again. So just remind us, where is it you're from in the USA and which clubs or where do you train?
I'm from Tampa, Florida, and I row at the Stewards Foundation.
Fantastic. Britt?
I'm also from Tampa, Florida, and I also row for the Stewards Foundation.
Great having you guys here in the mixed double. Manuel, where are you from in Germany?
From southern Germany, from the Ulmer Ruder Club.
Great, and the clubs you race for there?
Ulmer Ruder Club.
Oh, I see.
Yeah, me too, from Ulmer Ruder Club Donau.
Superb stuff. Well, look, guys, very best of luck. Go and get yourselves ready.
One minute for the start. Please put your boats on the water now.
Get ready. Attention.
Here we go, they both keeping their eye on that umpire's flag. Britt Wadovich giving it everything on the way down to join Brian O'Leary in the USA mixed double. She gets to the boat just a fraction of a second ahead of Anouk Ekelberger of Germany. Let's see who gets the better of the start. The USA only by a hair's breadth. They had a good push off there by their boat handlers, so that's a good little bit of an advantage. Every second counts. We've seen split seconds separating victory from defeat. A little bit of a hiccup here in the German boat. They missed a couple of strokes there. That's going to cost them. I think just making sure that they've got their seats straight and blades in properly, and they're down to a length and a bit behind the USA already. Coming up now to the second boy in the slalom course. Let's see how the USA set up themselves for this. They're on the correct side, looking good, as are Germany.
Ora, e desta competição entre os Estados Unidos e a Alemanha vai sair a equipa que vai passar à semifinal para tomar contra Portugal.
Coming up to the turning point, the USA continue to pull away. They've got the better boat speed out there despite the lower rating. They're down at 35 to Germany's 41. So real power through the water from Wadovic and Oeiras. Let's see how they handle the turn. You can see that the wave's starting to pick up here in Oeiras as the wind that's coming on shore just lifts it ever so slightly, but not too much for these excellent athletes out there on the water. The USA making the better of that turn, now starting to make their way back in. Great support here on the shores from the USA fans. Always brightly coloured. They'll be easy to spot for the USA athletes who are now building their lead on Germany, who are desperately trying to get back into contention. They're still up there at 40, 41 strokes a minute. USA going ever so slightly to the right-hand side. They'll need to make a few corrections so that they don't go too far adrift and extend the run that they'll have to make. It'll be Brian Oeiras who's leaping out of the bow seat to come up onto the shore and hit the buzzer. The question is, can Germany make up for this deficit into the last 100 meters or so? The USA now back on track, but that's cost them not too much. They've still got 2 and a bit lengths up on Germany into this last 50 or so meters, but they've hit that buoy. It hasn't tangled them. So they're still in the lead. Brian Oeiras looking well set to have a good run up the beach. Let's see how they handle this dismount. Wave's not too bad when it comes to them breaking onto the shore, so they should be able to have a clean dismount here and translate this advantage into a win and progress through, where the winner of this race will face Portugal, who we just saw race in the previous round, but they're level coming onto the beach. Brian Oeiras out of the boat first, and it's his friend Manuel Merzel for Germany. It's going to come down to the buzzer. Here comes Brian Oeiras, but it's so close. Brian Oeiras just a fraction of a second ahead of Manuel Merzel of Germany. So the USA take the win. They will progress to the second semi-final, where they'll face Portugal's Pedro Rodrigues and Beatriz Varela.
E é os Estados Unidos que passa para a semifinal e vai estar ao lado de Portugal para esta grande semifinal. Brian Oeiras e Brit Botovic, com o Pedro Rodrigues e a Beatriz Varela. A próxima regata vai ser entre a Tunísia e a França na semifinal, a primeira semifinal de hoje.
Well, folks, we're moving on now from the quarterfinals into the semifinals. The first of the 2 semifinals getting ready to go here. Lining up in lane 1 for Tunisia, Bilal Frigoui and Hello Bahaji Mohamed. And in lane 2 for France, we have Kerrion Boulet and Aurora Combs. Now, you guys have already raced and you progressed through to the semi-final. How was your race and what are you going to do differently this time?
It was amazing. We will try to push hard to do this better than the first.
Brilliant. So the same again, hopefully. And you guys haven't had to race yet, but we'd love to know a little bit more about where you're from. Where is it you're from in France and which clubs do you race for?
I row in the south of France, Gros-du-Roi. Yes.
And how about you?
I'm from Saint-Malo, the north of France.
And the club?
SNDSM.
Excellent. Well, great to meet you. And look, very good luck to both teams. Go and get yourselves ready.
França e Tunísia para esta primeira semifinal do Junior Mix. 1 minute for the start. Please put your boats on the water now.
Get ready. Attention.
There we go, the sprinters getting underway. Helaba Haji Mohammed is so quick and waiting in the boat for her. Bilal Frigui ready to go. Aurora Combs jumps in alongside Kerrian Boulet for France. Let's see who's going to make the best of this start. And we're both underway. I think France out ever so slightly ahead, half a length already as they head up towards the first buoy in our slalom course. Tricky stuff here. France were fastest through the previous round, so they got to progress directly through to the semi-final and managed to avoid having to do one of the 3 quarterfinals we've just witnessed, which means they'll be slightly fresher in the legs. And but on the flip side of it, Tunisia have had the opportunity of a race, which was about half an hour ago, to get a feel for what the water's like out there at the moment. Difficult currents that are constantly changing at the far end of the course as the tide comes in and out here on the beach in Oeiras. We're right at the estuary, the opening of the Tajus River that comes out through Lisbon and passes us here in Oeiras. But both boats making great headway towards the turning point. We've got France out in front by just over a length.
E a França para já tentar ir um pouco mais à frente que a Tunísia. Ela que ainda não teve, a França que ainda não tinha remado hoje, a Tunísia já teve dentro da água, já tem algum conhecimento das correntes, mas também já tem o cansaço de ter remado uma vez.
Turning point now, France was striking 38 on their way up to the turning point. Tunisia at 43. That high rate of striking was paying off for Tunisia in the previous rounds. Now let's see how they line up. Tunisia make the better turn, slightly tighter, and therefore looking straighter in towards the beach. France went a bit wider, and that's cost them half a length when it came to the lead that they had. Now they're only out in front by half a length to a length. Slightly deceptive camera angles here. So it's going to be a real sprint into the finish. They're back up to their race rhythm. France back up to 38. And Tunisia is still with that high rate of striking, between 41 and 42 now as they make their way into the beach. This is the race that determines which final they'll go on to, whether they'll get into the A final and contest for the gold and silver medals, or if they don't win in this race, they'll go through to the B final and have an opportunity to race for the bronze. Coming into the beach then though, France out in front. This is a great advantage for them. In the bow seat, Kerrian Boulet will be the one leaping out as they make the beach and sprinting up to hit the buzzer. Let's see how they handle the landing. 1 length out there on the water so quickly turns into nothing when they make these beach landings, as long as they get a clean exit. He does have a clean exit, a fast one at that. But Frigui, the sprinter from Tunisia, will be trying to make up for it. I think the margin too big though. Kerrian Boulet for France takes the win for them, and they will progress through to the A final, certain now of a medal. The question is gold or silver. Here's Bilal Frigui taking second place in this semi. They'll go on to the B final to contest the bronze.
E para a disputa da medalha de ouro e prata, a França já garantia a sua posição com um tempo de 2:47:21. Agora vamos ter a próxima semifinal entre Portugal e os Estados Unidos. Pedro Rodrigues e Beatriz Varela contra Brian O'Leary e Brit Vodovic.
When I lead you to the dance floor.
Well, folks, we move on now to the second semi-final for the junior mixed double. Lining up here then in lane 1 for the USA, we have Brian O'Leary and Brit Vodovic. And in lane 2 for Portugal, Pedro Rodriguez and Beatriz Varela. Now, you've already had one race, you had the quarterfinal. How did it go?
The quarterfinal went more or less, but in the semifinal we will improve the turn because it was a bit slow, and we will do that. Excellent.
Good thing to work on. Well, very well done getting through to the semis. And guys over here, how was the quarterfinal for you?
It was good. I'm a little tired. It was like one round ago, but ready to row this next one.
Yeah, they're pretty back-to-back, aren't they? And Britt, what are you going to do differently in this race?
Just row faster.
Give it absolutely everything. Well, look, guys, very well done getting to this stage. Final 4. Very good luck. Go and get yourselves ready.
Vamos ter então Portugal, Estados Unidos. 1 minute for the stop. Put your boats on the water now. Please put your boats on the water now.
Get ready.
Brit Vodovic running against Beatriz Varela for this second semi-final and a place into the medal finals. Brit Vodovic gets to the USA boat first. It's tight stuff this. It comes down to fractions of a second. It's a good quick start for the USA. They take the first 2 or 3 strokes. Portugal now getting up their momentum, but the USA make the better of that start. It's a length up already as the boats try to build their speed now towards the first buoy in our slalom course. We know that the USA can be very, very fast once they get the boat speed up. It's really, really tough to contest with them, usually having a slightly lower rating of striking, but Portugal are absolutely giving it everything. I think they felt that they were behind, so have gone out really, really fast here. Let's see how they manage to hold this pace as they pass the second slalom buoy.
Ora está Portugal a tentar marcar a sua posição contra os Estados Unidos. Pedro Rodrigues e Beatriz Varela a dar o máximo ao público aqui na praia. Vamos aplaudi-los e puxar por eles.
Well, it's so different out there. We've got the Portuguese at 45 strokes a minute, the USA at 35. So such a stark contrast in their racing rhythm. They're now approaching the turning buoy. Let's see how they handle this. Going around it, they'll need to make sure they go around the correct side of it. It looks like that might have been a miss for Portugal. If so, that would be a disaster. That last buoy is a 1-minute penalty if they don't get that right. We'll have to wait for the official results from the umpires and judges here to confirm whether that will be a penalty, because it would be a disaster. I think they might have acknowledged it themselves there, because they seem to have eased off and are letting the USA run away with it now as the USA make their straight course back into the beach. Great navigation from Brian O'Leary and Britt Wadovich there. This is the straightest course I've seen in lane 1 so far today. So expert navigation from these young athletes representing the USA. Just what you want to see, a flawless race from them. Portugal doing their best to try and close in the gap, but if that 1-minute penalty turns out to hit their time, then it would be disaster for them here. They will have another opportunity though, because this being a semi-final, if they don't make it in this race, they'll go through to the B final and have a shot at that bronze medal. Coming into the beach though, Britt Wadovich and Brian O'Leary are looking good for an A final position, which means a certain medal for the USA, because that would be them racing for gold or silver. They're making it onto the beach here. It's going to be Brian O'Leary leaping out of the bouncy. Let's see how his exit turns out. No big waves to contest on the landing. It's just a case of getting his feet cleanly out. He does so, and he will be taking the win in this semi-final for the USA. A great performance from Brian O'Leary and Britt Wadovich. They secure their place into the A final, a certain medal for them. The question is gold or silver. And coming in for second place, Pedro Rodrigues for Portugal and Beatriz Varela will go to the B final and battle it out for bronze.
E os Estados Unidos a passar para a final na disputa da medalha de ouro, e Portugal vai disputar contra a Tunísia a medalha de bronze.
Well, it's confirmed, ladies and gents, a 1-minute penalty for Portugal, just missing the hairpin bend, the third buoy at the far end of the course. So it won't have had an impact on their results, because they did finish behind the USA, and they'll be going through to the B final nonetheless to race it out for bronze.
E a luta pela medalha de bronze entre a Tunísia e Portugal será a próxima ronda, para depois irmos ao confronto destas duas grandes nações, França e Estados Unidos, para a medalha de 11 neste Junior Mix Double. 3 minutes for the start. 3 minutes for the start. 3 minutos então para darmos início à próxima ronda. Portugal e Tunísia na luta pela medalha de bronze. Vamos passar para a apresentação então da entrevista entre Portugal e a Tunísia. So we're moving to the presentation of Portugal and Tunisia, fighting for the bronze medal.
Well, folks, it's time for the first of the two finals for the junior mixed double. The B final, that battle for bronze. Now, here we've got lining up in lane 1 for Portugal. We have Beatriz Varela and Pedro Rodriguez. And lane 2 for Tunisia, Bilal Frigoui and Hela Belhaji Mohamed. Well, you guys have been having some great racing so far, but tell us what happened in the semi-final.
We went the wrong side of the buoy and we have a penalty, and it went well, badly. So we will do everything to battle for the bronze.
Yeah, things like this happen in sport, don't they? But it was a great race nonetheless. You were looking so fast. So let's see what happens in the bronze medal race now. Now over here, Hela, goodness me, you've already got a gold medal, but you're going home with a war wound as well now. What happened?
I'm okay. I'm always okay. I think that I'm better than the first, yeah.
Well, very good. You guys had such a fast race, but you're in the B final. Very well done. You look really fast. Best of luck to both crews here. So go get yourselves ready and good luck.
Vamos passar então para a luta da medalha de bronze com Portugal e a Tunísia. Público português, vamos puxar. 1 minute for the start. Please put your boats on the water now.
Get ready. attention.
The bronze medal final for the mixed doubles. Hela Belhaji Mohammed, like a rocket, having just clocked one on the eyebrow from her oar in the previous race. Such a brave athlete, straight back at it. And she gets Tunisia off to a good start. They take the first stroke or two. They're up against the local favourites from here in Portugal, Pedro Rodriguez and Beatriz Varela. Let's see how the start's stacking up then. Tunisia out first. They're a length up already, heading towards the first slalom boy. Lots of help on the bank to make sure they get that navigation right. Portugal will be thinking about that turn that they made in the previous round. It's so difficult. It was in the quarters that they went a little bit wide. They said they were going to take it a little bit more narrowly in the semi-final. I think it was just that millimeter too narrow, set them on the wrong side of it, and I think they knew what had happened then. It's a 1-minute penalty. But coming past the second slalom boy, Tunisia out in front and looking really strong and fast, considering the war wound that Hela Belhaji Mohammed is now sporting after that dismount in the previous event. It doesn't seem to be slowing them whatsoever, though, as both boats approach the turning point. Tunisia made the turn first their round. They were going at 41 strokes a minute on the way up there. And Portugal not far their stern. They were also at 41 strokes a minute, but they've gone a little bit wide and long, which could pose problems for them if they want to try and close in on Tunisia, who are already making their way back in. Beautiful shots as we look out across the bay here in Oeiras. It's very flat in this part of the race, but the currents are shifting all over the place. And as we look up at the turning point, that's where the turbulent waters that exit from the Tajus really make it quite wavy. Coming in towards the beach now then, Tunisia out in front. Their margin perhaps 2 lengths, 3 lengths as they come up towards the last slalom boy, and they'll know that they're nearly at the beach then, and in the bouncy, Bilal Frigui will be thinking about the dismount and making sure that he gets up that beach pronto to try and secure the bronze medal for Tunisia. Local favourites Portugal ever so slightly behind, but we've seen things won and lost so dramatically in the waves as they break onto the sand here. Tide starting to come in now, so the current's shifting around a little bit. Bilal Frigui has a great margin here. He'll need to make sure he exits cleanly. We don't want to see anything turbulent like we saw in their previous semi-final. Up onto the beach. A clean exit for Bilal. Hela knows that that's a win for them. She's punching the air, and Bilal's delighted. Bilal Frigui for Tunisia. He dives in for the buzzer, securing them the bronze medal for Tunisia for Bilal Frigui and Hela Belhaji Mohammed. And then coming in, Pedro Rodriguez for Portugal, and Beatriz Varela will take second place in this B final. That's a gold already for Tunisia's Hela Belhaji Mohammed. Now she's got a bronze in the double, and Frigui has 2 bronzes from the junior men's solo and the junior mixed double.
Parabéns à Tunísia por ter conseguido esta medalha de bronze, e ao nosso Portugal vamos dar público, dar esta força aos nossos representantes portugueses aqui neste Double Mix Junior. Grande prestação esta. Obrigado por nos darem todas estas emoções. Grande final entre as duas nações, França e Estados Unidos. Vamos disputar a disputa da medalha de ouro entre França e Estados Unidos.
Well, folks, it's time for the A final, the gold medal final here for the junior mixed double at the 2021 World Rowing Beach Sprint Finals in Oeiras, Portugal. Lining up for the USA in lane 1, we have Brian O'Leary and Britt Wadovich. And in lane 2 for France, we have Kerrian Boulet and Aurora Combs. So Kerrian, tell us, how was that semi-final?
La win, the win.
Oui. Bon, very good. And what are you going to do in this A final now?
We won't win. Yes, it's logic, but we are.
En français.
On est très concentré pour gagner la finale et on va faire tout ce qu'on peut.
Excellent. Well, very good luck for you guys. And Britt and Brian over here, what a race that was in your semi-final. How did it go, Brian?
It went pretty well. The way back was really smooth. We went pretty quick.
And Britt, anything you're going to do differently in this gold medal final now?
Just row harder.
Give it absolutely everything. Well, your boat speed out there is phenomenal, both of you. So best of luck to all of you and go get yourselves ready.
Duelo para a medalha de ouro. França, Estados Unidos da América. One minute for the start. Please put your boats on the water now.
Get ready. Attention.
Here we go then, the gold medal A final for the junior mixed doubles. And it's Britt Wadovich running against Aurora Combs to get into that boat first. They reach there at the same time, and there's nothing separating these two as they get themselves started. France perhaps off to a straighter course in the first couple of strokes. The USA making a slight adjustment. It hasn't set them back much. Let's see how they fare getting up towards the first turning point. France half a length up already. They'll be settling into their race rhythm now and making sure that they don't make any mistakes. The flawless race is the ambition of every beach sprint rower, and it's so close for over in lane 2, France just making it to the correct side of that buoy. It's a 30-second penalty if you go on the wrong side of the slalom buoys, and a 1-minute penalty if you miss the faraway third buoy. So they just made it to the correct side, so I think they'll be okay there. Passing the second buoy now, France nearly a length ahead. Passing, they're approaching the turning point now. France are up there with a 38, nearly 40 strokes a minute compared to the USA down at 33. Britt Wadovich and Brian O'Leary clearly going for that greater length. They've approached this buoy quite wide, so they're going to have to take a wider corner to get around it. That could cost the USA, as we see France already spun now and starting to make their way back in towards the beach. The question is, can they do a good straight line back in and a clean exit? Fast stuff out there on the water. The USA have not been left behind, so we're going to see what this turns into as they approach shore. Brian O'Leary in the bow seat of the USA boat will be looking over his shoulder just to check where the boat handlers are, giving them a little bit of a guidance on direction so that they get the straightest line in. They might have overcorrected a bit here. France still straight as an arrow, coming down between the buoys, now pulling out to a 2-length lead on the USA. This is going to be the difference between gold and silver as these boats make their way into the beach. Very few waves now on the shoreline as the tide starts to rise, so they should be on for a clean exit. In the bow seat of the French boat, Kerrian Boulet looks over his right shoulder. He can see that they're on track for a good straight entry onto the beach. They'll be about 10 meters away from their flag, which they'll have to run around to come up towards the buzzer and secure a medal. Both crews here will secure themselves a medal. The question is which color. and France make it up onto the beach. Kerrion Boulet for France makes his way up the soft sand here in Oeiras, Portugal. He will be hitting that buzzer first to take the gold medal for France and the World Championship title in the junior mixed doubles. Here comes Brian O'Leary, the cheers so loud on the beach. As Brian O'Leary comes up, he'll secure that silver medal for the USA. What a great performance from both of these boats. Gold and silver. France gold, USA silver.
E a França a levar a melhor para a medalha de ouro. Prata para os Estados Unidos e bronze para a Tunísia.
Lay with me, if only for a moment, only for a while. I regret letting
E esta foi então a conclusão do Junior Mix em doubles. Que emoção tivemos aqui, uma excelente competição, todos os remadores a passar então no ouro a França, na prata os Estados Unidos e no bronze a Tunísia que venceu sobre Portugal. Dentro de sensivelmente 6 minutos vamos dar início à próxima ronda, vamos para o skiff masculino. Aqui vai ser a rapidez, a dureza, a força. Os primeiros vão entrar, será Estados Unidos e Itália. Christopher Bach e Giovanni Picara. Segunda dupla nos quartos de finais deste skiff masculino. Egito e Grécia. Aliassan e Ioannis Kalandariris.
I haven't heard from you in so long. I'm starting to forget what you sound like. 'Cause now that it's over, I'm by myself.
What a great afternoon are we having here, Peter. This is amazing. The sun we have here and all of the people on the beach. We know we have a big crowd from the USA to support the team here. We thank you. All the cheer up for the US teams. And now we will moving to the men's solo.
Well, folks, we're nearly running into the next set of races, but a great performance from Britt Wadovich and Brian O'Leary. I'm joined here by Grandma. Where in the States are you from?
Oh, we're from Tampa Bay, and Britt and Brian are our claim to fame today.
Haven't they done well to be here? A great performance from them. It must be so difficult to travel over here.
We are so excited. We have had such a wonderful visit in Portugal, Europe's best kept secret.
Well, there you go. Europe's best kept secret. What's it like being in Oeiras then?
Oh, it's indeed a pleasure, and it's a beautiful city, a beautiful country. Everyone's been so humble and so welcoming, and most importantly, what a better place! I can't imagine a better place to help celebrate the victory of the kids. We're proud of all of them.
And whose parents, grandparents are you?
I'm Brian's proud father, Dan
Brian's
O'Leary.
proud, Mr. O'Leary.
And my mom is home.
And I'm Britt's mother, and we are so excited to be here and so proud of all of these amazing athletes and all of the hard work that they put into this.
And they've been doing so well. Well, it's a real pleasure to meet you. Thanks so much for creating such an awesome atmosphere on the beach here. Hopefully you're going to stay with us for the rest of the day.
Cheers, cheers.
So Peter, thank you for talking with this US super supporting team from Tampa.
The super fan from Tampa. Amazing stuff, isn't it? To have such a great crowd atmosphere down there on the beach here in Oeiras. Those tuning in at home might not be able to see that as clearly, but there's a horde of fans lining the start and finish funnel here in Oeiras, giving all of these great athletes their support. So thanks to all the fans who are here. It's so good to see so many people here supporting everybody racing in the 2021 World Rowing Beach Sprint Finals. Well, folks, we're moving on now to the next set of races. We're moving on to the men's solo. In the first of the 4 quarterfinals, it's a solo event, so 1-on-1. And ladies and gents, let's hear it then for in lane 1 for the USA, Christopher Bach. And in lane 2 for Italy, Giovanni Ficara. Very well done, guys, on getting here into the quarterfinals. Chris, where is it you're from in the States, and who do you race for back home?
A lot of clubs back home, but home is Cincinnati, Ohio. Race for Greater Miami as well as Cincinnati Rowing Club. Just want to get a big old yeehaw from our U.S. fans out there.
Yeehaw! Fantastic. Giovanni, where is it you're from in Italy, and who do you race for back home?
I'm from Messina, living in Sicilia. My club is Circolo Tiripeloro. Thank you, my family, my teams, and Cantiere David Felipe for this organization.
Fantastic. Well done, you guys, getting here in the quarters. Very best of luck. Go get yourselves ready.
1 minute for the start. You can put your boats on the water.
Get ready. Attention.
We go to the first quarterfinal in the men's solo. Back-to-back racing we've got now as we move into the men's solo category. The elite racing, Christopher Bach against Giovanni Ficara. It's so tight getting out of the beach area. Ficara perhaps slightly faster there, but not by much, because Christopher Bach, really powerful athlete, making his way up to the first buoy. He's going to clatter it with his right blade. How's he going to handle that? No problem. Ficara going a little bit wide around the first buoy. He'll have to correct that to get back on the left-hand side of that second buoy. Looking pretty level at this stage. They come up passing the end of the Fort de São Julio de Barra in the background of this beautiful picture we're seeing here on the big screen. No navigational issues so far. Christopher Bach now moving out into the lead, just under a length ahead of Ficara.
Something real. Maybe if I say the night, you could feel the same. And maybe if you treat me right, we can rearrange. But I'm not even gonna try if you don't wanna stay. So
Here we go, coming up to the turning point now. Fika are drawing level again now with Christopher Bach. It's going to be all about this spin. It looks like it's a disaster for Christopher Bach. He's gone around the wrong side of that buoy. We'll have to see whether that's a penalty or not. Fika are just going around the correct way, and they're pretty level. I think Bach knows what's happened there. He's going to give it everything. It's so hard to pick these boats back up to full tilt. Great support from the USA on the bank. Let's see how Christopher Bach handles this. And Fika are now making his way back in a straight line back onto the beach. He looks certain to win in this quarterfinal. He's only got perhaps 60 meters or so to make it back onto the beach. Chris going back around the buoy to make sure he loops it in the correct direction to try and avoid that penalty. But now I think the distance might just be a bit too much for him to get back on terms with Fika. A great race from Fika nonetheless. Here for Italy. Last few strokes will see him make the beach, and then he'll be able to try and conserve some energy because they're back-to-back these races. We're moving promptly on after the quarters straight into the semi-finals and the final four. Giovanni Fika for Italy, almost certain now to get into the semis. Here he goes. He gives it quite a lot coming up the beach here. He knows he's through to the semi. Delighted with that performance. It's all about the flawless navigation when it comes to beach sprint racing. He hits that buzzer, securing his spot into the semi-finals. Here comes Christopher Bach. Last few strokes. I think he knows what's happened here. But let's give him a huge round of applause, folks, as he comes in to the last few strokes on the water, sealing out his race here in the men's solo quarterfinal for the USA. He knows what happened. Very well done to him nonetheless. He'll jog it up the beach to finish out his event in this quarterfinal for the men's solo for the USA. Ladies and gents, Christopher Bach.
E a passar então a Itália, Estados Unidos a seguir com aquele erro lá ao fundo, a não conseguir fazer a volta pelo lado correto. E a próxima ronda será entre o Egito e a Grécia, Ali Assam e Yanis Kalandriris. So the next one will be Greece and Egypt, Ali Assam, Yanis Kalandradis.
Well, folks, it's time now for the second quarterfinal of the men's solo. A hotly contested competition. We're down to the last 8 athletes contesting these quarterfinals. Lining up here then, in lane 1 for Egypt, Ali Hassan. And in lane 2 for Greece, Ioannis Kalendaridis. Ioannis, you're getting a lot of racing in this weekend. How have the previous rounds of the men's solo gone?
It was pretty good. I keep the energy for this afternoon because I have also yesterday races. So focus and keep going.
Well, good luck to you, Ioannis. And Ali, how's it been going so far?
It's going great. It's great fun. I think started improving my time since the first round, improving each round, so hopefully this one will be better.
Well, good for you. Yeah. It's always nice to see things improving. So look, very best of luck, Ali and Ioannis. Go and get yourselves ready, guys.
Próxima ronda então, Egito Grécia. 1 minute for the start. Please put your boats on the water now.
Get ready. Attention.
There we go, Ali Hassan looking up at the starting umpire's flag. That's the fastest cue to get yourself going. And he makes it to the boat just a fraction of a second before Kalendaridis. Let's see how the first couple of strokes go for the Egyptian Ali Hassan, a tall athlete here. Not troubled whatsoever by the wave that was just breaking around him as he got started, and they're pretty much dead level heading up towards the first buoy. Let's see if they can make sure they go around the correct side of it. No issue whatsoever. They'll both miss it by a matter of inches. Perfect steering from both of these athletes in this elite men's solo second quarter-final. Adjustments now coming through as they head over towards the left-hand side of that second buoy. We've seen already through the course of today the effect it can have on your race. It's essentially race over if you get one of these buoys wrong. So flawless racing is what we need to see in all of these beach sprints.
Então, o Egito e a Grécia bem lado a lado um ao outro.
Approaching the turning point now. Kalendaridis for Greece out in front by about a length as they start to make their considerations for the turn. Ali Hassan, slightly at risk of going the wrong side of the buoy, but he doesn't. In fact, he times that turn almost to perfection, not overrunning too much. We had Kalendaridis at 40 strokes a minute on the way up there. Ali Hassan at 38. Let's see how they handle this return leg. They'll put so much energy into that sprint. The 250 meters out to the furthest buoy. And then it's a lot more energy expensing than you think, that turn. It really does strain your muscles to stop the boat, and then it's like doing a massive deadlift from scratch to get that boat moving again. These singles, these solos weighing around 30 to 35 kilos, and they've got to get them back up to speed quickly. And it's a little bit turbulent out there as well. Kalendaridis now leading. Let's see how they handle the beach landing. Not by much though, so Ali Hassan still in with a chance for Egypt of getting through to the semi-finals, the final four here in the men's solo. Ioannis Kalendaridis, it's a great lead for him. He's such a fast athlete here representing Greece. Last couple of strokes, let's check out this dismount. Nice, flat and calm conditions here, so relatively easy for these guys to get a clean exit, which is so crucial. Kalendaridis giving it everything up the soft sand here in Oeiras, Portugal. He's pleased with that. He's into the final four, representing Greece. Here comes Ali Hassan, folks. Give it up for Ali Hassan of Egypt, taking second place in this quarterfinal.
E a passar então Ioannis Kalendaridis para a próxima ronda.
Time now, folks, for the third of the four quarterfinals for the men's solo here at the 2021 World Rowing Beach Sprint Finals, Oeiras, Portugal. Ladies and gents, give it up for in lane one for Lithuania, Žygimantas Galisanskis. And in lane two for Tunisia, Mohamed Tayeb. Now, Mohamed, congratulations being here representing Tunisia. Where is it you're from in Tunisia, and do you have a club you race for back home?
Yeah, so first of all, thank you for all the organization. It's amazing here, and I'm very happy to be part of this World Championship beach sprint. So I am from Tunisia, the capital, where the Olympic Center for Rowing Olympic Center Tunisia. It's a big one. It's we have all equipment for beach and for Olympic rowing. We are ready for the boat, but beaches for me it's like new. My club is Ituf in Germany because I live there and I study there. So it's racing.
Brilliant. Well, it's great to know a little bit more about you, Mohamed. Thank you so much. Žygimantas, how are you doing? Where is it you're from in Lithuania, and where is it you train?
Yes, I am from Lithuania, from Kaunas city. and my club is rowing and surfing club Bangkoktis, and I tried there.
Excellent. Well, very well done to both of you getting here to represent your nations in these quarterfinals. Best of luck. Go and get yourselves ready, guys.
Próximos quarterfinais, Lituânia, Tunísia. One minute for the start. You can put your boats on the water now.
Get ready. Attention.
Here we go, quick stuff off the blocks for Žygimantas Galisanskis of Lithuania, Mohamed Tayeb for Tunisia. They both reach the boats just as a wave's crashing around them. Makes things tricky for their boat handlers to try and keep things steady and the boats not washed down with too much water. For those not too familiar with the boats, you'll see that the stern of the boats have open ends, so any water that crashes in will flow straight out the back of the boat. It looks like a disaster for Žygimantas Galisanskis of Lithuania. Looks like he came off his seat in the first stroke or two, and that's really upset things. It's allowed Mohamed Tayeb to get a great lead out in front, 3 lengths, maybe more, as he comes up towards that second slalom buoy. So critical now to have a flawless race for him to maintain this advantage and a place through to the semi-finals. Good start for Mohamed Tayeb of Tunisia. Well, making it around the turn now, it looks like it was a real challenge for Mohamed Tayeb, flipping it around a couple of times. Galisanskis is making his way back into shore now. Here we go. Žygimantas Galisanskis moving through in the lead ahead of Mohamed Tayeb. White flag from the umpire in the distance. It's so tricky getting this navigation right. So Mohamed Tayeb, it's so tough getting this navigation right. He was out in the lead, but missing that buoy, so costly, trying to go around the buoy again. But he's coming up towards the bank now, or to the beach, not too far astern of the Lithuanian, so he could have a hot sprint up the beach here. They're pretty much level, both of them having made an error through the course of this race, means that they're both still in with a shot of progression through to the semi-final. So let's see how this spans out. Žygimantas Galisanskis now pulling into the beach ahead of Tayeb. He'll be thanking his lucky stars, because after that start, he'd have thought that it was race over for him. But he's managed to rescue it, trips up out of the boat, they both do. This is such a challenging race for both of them. And in there with the finish, it's Žygimantas Galisanskis for Lithuania progressing through to the semi-final. Heartbreak for Mohamed Tayeb, finishing second here in the quarter.
E a Lituânia passar para a ronda seguinte com Žygimantas Galisanskis. Próxima ronda entre Canadá e Noruega. So the next quarter will be Canada and Norway. I can see our big five fighter from Canada, Ontario, Canada. Just missing Kjetil Borch, Norway. The Olympic medalist, Kjetil Borch.
Here we go then, folks. It's time for the last of the 4 quarterfinals here for the men's solo at the 2021 World Rowing Beach Sprint Finals, Oeiras, Portugal. Folks, let's hear it for, in lane 1 for Canada, Aubrey Oldham. And in lane 2 for Norway, Kjetil Borch. Great to have you guys here now. You've already raced through the course of this morning. Aubrey, where is it you're from though in Canada, and how did this morning's race go?
I'm from Hamilton, Ontario, and the race this morning was a good race for me, so I'm hoping to repeat that this afternoon. I see the conditions are a little rougher out there, so I'm looking forward to it. It's going to be exciting.
Everybody gunning for a flawless race, I think, through the course of this event. Now, Kjetil, quite a change of scenery from the Olympics to now racing here in Oeiras. How's that transition been to coastal?
You call this a transition? There's waves, there's boats, there's oars, there's an awesome audience, so
amazing.
Just get to it.
And where is it that you're from in Norway, and how have your previous rounds gone?
I'm from Horten Rowing Club by the coast, so I'm used to a little bit of rough conditions. And yeah, my first race of the day was pretty not good, but it was okay.
But you made it through to the quarterfinals. Look, guys, very best of luck. Thanks a lot.
Canada and Norway. 1 minute for the start. Let's put your boats on the water now.
Get ready. Attention.
There we go, Aubrey Oldham, eye on the flag. He gets out of there so quick. And Kjetil Borch, he makes it to the boat second. Let's see who's going to make the best of this start. They want flawless racing here and now. So critical. Aubrey Oldham gets the first few strokes in, supported there on the beach by Brienne Miller and I believe Sarah Pigeon helping to make sure that he's got a straight course. But once Kjetil Borch gets that boat speed up, he's a length behind as it stands at the moment. We'll see him possibly start to move through. He's such a fast athlete in the single scull, Olympic silver medalist on flat water, and here comes that boat speed now. He's just so able to transmit it into the water with every stroke. Aubrey Oldham, though, hugely experienced coastal rower, able to handle the navigation and the tricky currents out there on the water, particularly at the far end of the course. So we'll see how the navigation goes. Aubrey continuing to look over, just check where Borch is. They're level now, so that length lead already diminished. It's going to come down to this turn and the sprint back into the beach. Here comes the turn. Aubrey Oldham goes in slightly tighter. Such a tight turn. How quickly can these two get their boats pointing in the right direction? Aubrey Oldham looks like he's slightly ahead of Kjetil Borch out of that. They'll both need to be pointing dead straight back to the beach. The camera angle slightly deceptive here. They won't be as far apart as one might think looking at this picture. Aubrey Oldham slightly ahead for Canada. Kjetil Borch of Norway now just slightly behind, having to make up this margin. It's going to come down to a beach sprint here. We've already seen Aubrey in some of the tightest racing in the men's solo and the double so far. It's going to come down to the dismount and the sprint up the beach. That angle makes it look like Canada's out in front by over a length, but I can tell you that they're about level. The angle just so deceptive. Beach landing is going to be critical. The screens from the bank are starting to go up. It's going to be so tough to choose who's going to take the win here in this quarterfinal and progress on to the semis. Nothing separating these two into the beach. They're going to have to put their sprinting shoes on. Aubrey Oldham, Kjetil Borch. Borch makes it to the beach just a foot or two ahead. Let's see how this dismount goes. It's Borch out of the boat first, running up the beach. Aubrey Oldham going for it. There's nothing to split them as we come up to the buzzer. Kjetil Borch for Norway takes the win, just ahead of Aubrey Oldham of Canada. That means Borch will progress to the semi-final.
E numa luta renhida entre o Canadá e a Noruega, entre Aubrey Oldham e Kjetil Borch, a levar a melhor o norueguês a passar para a próxima ronda. E para as próximas rondas, Giovanni Ficara, Ioannis Kalandaridis e o Zigimantas Galisanskis contra Kjetil Borch.
Can you believe it? It's already time for the first semi-final of the men's solo here at the 2021 World Rowing Beach Sprint Finals, Oeiras, Greece and Italy. So folks, give it up for in lane one for Greece, Ioannis Kalandaridis. And in lane two for Italy, Giovanni Ficara. Giovanni, racing going well so far. Tell me, how did that quarterfinal go for you?
Yes, for me it's very enthusiastic this race, and good luck, my friend Greece. Okay, bye. Go.
Excellent. Good luck to you. Now, Ioannis, how many times have I spoken to you through the course of this weekend? How many races have you done already?
I have already done 10 races. Because you asked me later, I calculate in my mind. So this is my 11th race.
Your 11th race.
But I'm feeling okay, no problem.
Excellent. Well, good for you. And how did the previous round go for you, the quarterfinal?
It was okay. I keep my energy.
You keep your energy. Well, look, good luck to both of you. Go get yourselves ready. Thanks.
Italy and Greece. Italy, Grecia. We are preparing the boats for these two top rowers get into the water. Estamos então a preparar os barcos para estes dois moradores a poderem entrar na água. Da Itália, Giovanni Ficara fez o tempo de 2:27:53. 1 minute to start. You can put your boats on the water.
Get ready. Attention.
Here we go, we're underway with the first semi-final for the men's solo. Opportunity now to get into that A final where they'll be battling it out for the gold medal. Giovanni Ficcara first into the boat. First couple of strokes done already. A really rapid start for the Italian here. Going off on a slight tangent there to the course. They'll have to make a couple of adjustments that could open up the window for Kalendaridis to get back into the action. There's already a 2-length margin passing the first slalom boy. We'll see how this pans out as they get into that race rhythm now. Whilst it's only 500 meters, it is a sprint nonetheless, so they'll be giving it absolutely everything from start to finish. Ficcara making it to the second slalom boy first. Up to the turning point now. Ficcara at 42 strokes a minute to Kalendaridis at 46. Really fast stuff from the Greek athlete there, keeping a high rate of striking, getting as many strokes in as he possibly can. Here comes the turn now. Everybody looking on through their binoculars. Ficcara nice and tight around the bend. How quickly can he get himself pointing directly back to the beach? Kalendaridis a little bit wider. It's all about having the energy now to pick up that dead weight and get the boat moving again from a standstill. So difficult. Bear in mind, when they start on the beach, they do get a little bit of help when the boat handlers give them a shove forward. So the first couple of strokes off the beach, not as difficult as that start off the turning point at the far end of the course. Ficcara, though, just building this lead. Excellent navigation, a dead straight line back into his flag. It's going to be tough work for Kalendaridis to close down this 3-length margin that he's trailing behind. There's a lot of support on the bank now. Great to see the crowds here in Oeiras, Portugal, following these beach sprint finals. Giovanni Ficcara for Italy coming into the last few strokes on the water. It'll be all about this clean dismount now to see whether he can exit the boat cleanly without injury and make it up the beach here to secure his medal final, being the A1, which will guarantee him a medal. It'll then just be about which color. Here he goes, he knows he's done it. He will be going home, back to Italy with a medal. We'll find out in that A final what color. Ioannis Kalendaridis for Greece. He comes in to take second place in his semi-final, and he'll go to that battle for bronze in the B final.
E a Itália passar para a luta da medalha. Próxima será entre a Lituânia e a Noruega.
Right, folks, time now for the second semi-final. We're going to find out who's going to join Giovanni Ficcara in the gold medal final and who will progress through to the B final to battle for bronze with Ioannis Kalendaridis. Lining up in lane 1 for Lithuania, Žygimantas Galisanskis. And in lane 2 for Norway, Kjetil Borch. Great race from you there, Kjetil. How did you feel after that?
Tired. Let's be honest.
Anything you're going to do differently in this semi-final?
be a little bit faster.
Speed's everything. How about you? Challenging start there for you in the previous round.
Yeah, the wave kicked out our seat, so I didn't put myself on the seat, so I didn't fix it because it took out from the rails. It took me some long time.
Well, hopefully we'll get that right in this final. Anything else you might change?
Go run exactly on the seat.
A flawless race perhaps. Look, very well done both of you. Good luck.
One minute for the start, you can put your boats on the water.
Get ready. Attention.
Here we go, these two national team athletes, Žygimantas Galesanskis in the Lithuanian national team against Kjetil Borch from the Norwegian national team. Both deeply experienced flat water rowers, transitioning here into coastal, and haven't they had some awesome success thus far? It's the Lithuanian out fastest though, already making his way to the first slalom boy ahead of Borch, but we'll start to see that boat speed from the rapid Norwegian start to come into play here. He just goes to the correct side of that first slalom boy by the skin of his teeth. That could have been a 30-second penalty. Flawless racing is what we like to see in these beach sprint finals because the slightest error is race ending usually. Not though for Lithuania's Galesanskis in the previous round where he didn't get onto his seat correctly. He did though race throughout the rest of the race, and a slight mishap for his opponent meant that he managed to win the race in the end and see himself here in this semi-final, battling it alongside Norway's Kjetil Borch. Coming up to the turning point, Galesanskis leading.
Este é o duelo final para saber quem vai lutar pelo melhor lugar junto da Itália. Será Galesanskis? Será Kjetil?
They've made the turn. Lithuania's Galesanskis going much wider than the Norwegian round the bend. That could have cost him his lead. But I tell you what, that was some impressive boat speed from Galesanskis because he didn't get caught at all by the speedy Norwegian, who we thought had the fastest boat speed out of all of those racing in the men's solo category. Turns out Galesanskis matched him for boat speed. Now the question's going to be who can retain any kind of lead as they come up to the beach. They're looking pretty level now. I think that wider turn for Galesanskis cost him that length lead that he was holding over the Norwegian up to the turning point at the far end. 50 or so meters for these two coming into the beach. Let's see how they handle the dismount. Kjetil Borch, Olympic silver medalist, against the Lithuanian national team member Žygimantas Galesanskis. Last few strokes, they'll make their way onto the beach. Let's hope they can have a flawless landing here. Clean at least. They're on track to land just as you'd hope in front of their flags. It's going to be a sprint to the line, this, guys. Nobody can guess who's going to get to the buzzer first. Kjetil Borch, the first one to start thinking about getting out. He's on the beach. It's a sprint up through the soft sand. Who's going to get to the buzzer first? Kjetil Borch for Norway by a fraction of a second ahead of Lithuania's Žygimantas Galesanskis. An amazing performance. Kjetil Borch will go through to the A final and face Giovanni Ficara, and we will see Žygimantas Galesanskis battle it for bronze with Ioannis Kalendaridis for Greece.
Que emoção tivemos aqui nesta luta para discutir quem vai ser aquele que ia lutar contra a Itália e acabou por ser medalhado olímpico da Noruega. Borch, Kjetil, com o tempo 2:33.998, emocionante esta chegada, o mais rápido a correr foi quem chegou aqui, por isso vamos nos preparar para as grandes finais de hoje, a final A e a final B, a luta pela medalha de bronze, ouro e prata. So we will have at 16:10. The final B will be between Lithuania and Greece, and then our great final fighting for the gold will be 16:17 fighting here. Oh, Peter, what a great final we have almost here with this two big men fighting for the place to the gold. Vamos ter às 16h10, portanto às 4h10 vamos ter a primeira final B entre a Grécia e a Lituânia na luta pela medalha de bronze. Depois, quando forem 16h17, vamos ter a grande luta da medalha de ouro. Mas ouro, prata, quem será? Será a Itália? Será a Noruega? Neste momento, e olhando para os tempos que estes remadores fizeram, o remador italiano Giovanni Ficarra é quem tem sido o remador mais rápido. Ele fez tempos de 2:27, 2:29, e o norueguês que vai lutar com ele para a medalha de ouro tem tido tempos de 2:33, 2:31 sensivelmente, portanto não anda muito longe, mas é a diferença que marca. Voltamos dentro de sensivelmente pouco mais de 3h30.
You're a guilt trip, feeding me with all these lies. I feel sick. You're a bad choice that I made 5 years ago at some party in New York. Are you texting me to tell me that I'm shit? Why are you still going on about things I never did? Maybe you can't see that I'm hard to hold. I know I'm a basket case you think should be alone, but I still have my friends, don't want you. All I need is them, don't want you. I can barely sleep 'cause of you, but I still have my friends, don't want you. You're a nightmare, reminding me of who I am. I feel scared sometimes. Why'd you leave me be? I know I'm a mess, but I don't need you to tell me. I can't change the things that happen. I know my head's not right. I wish that I could be somebody that's good enough for you, but I still have my friends, don't want you. All I need is them, don't want you. I can barely sleep 'cause of you, but I still have my friends, don't want you. Forget about what you think you know about me now. Yeah, I don't care how you feel, it doesn't matter to me. I'm not the same as I was when it was you and I. It doesn't matter now. But I still have my friends, don't want you. All I need is them, so you. But I still have my friends, don't want you. All I need is them, don't want you. I can barely sleep 'cause of you, but I still have my friends, don't want you. But I still have my friends, don't want you. All I need is them, don't want you. I can barely sleep 'cause of you, but I still have my friends, don't want you. Lay with me, if only for a moment, only for a while.
We have more 5 minutes, so we can start here in Oeiras, in this amazing beach we have here for the 2021 World Rowing Beach Sprint Final on this Coastal Championship. The first time here in Portugal. WorldRowing.com, you can see it live on YouTube. And thanks to Portugal and the Portuguese Federation, also to Oeiras Valley, the municipality of Oeiras is sponsoring all of this big event. Thank you everyone, and thank you all the nations that came to Portugal. We're talking a little bit with the US family that came all over from Tampa to see the great team here and support them. Thank you for you guys that came over from the other side of the Atlantic to support your teams locally. Pouco menos de 4 minutos para darmos início a esta ronda final do skiff masculino. Noruega e Itália a lutar pela medalha de ouro. E a Grécia e a Lituânia a lutar pela medalha de bronze. Vamos começar pela final B, portanto, entre Lituânia e Grécia.
Well, we're moving on now to the B final, the bronze medal final for the men's solo here at the 2021 World Rowing Beach Sprint Finals in Oeiras, Portugal. Lining up here in lane 1 for Greece, CJMix2x Kalendaridis. And in lane 2 for Lithuania, CJMix2x Galasanskis. So Johannes, race number 12 for you through the course of the weekend, still feeling strong and ready to go?
Yeah, I love coastal rowing. It's really have fun and inside the water, running outside. It's nice.
Brilliant. And how did your semi-final go? How did it feel?
I wasn't feeling so good with the boat and the waves, but okay, I will try to find it now.
Good for you, good for you. And CJMix2x, how was your semi-final?
I was too slow. I need to row a little bit faster.
It was close, but you were up against an Olympic silver medalist there, so tough stuff. But what are you going to change for this B final now?
I will run faster and I will row faster.
Excellent, a good strategy all round. Run faster, row faster. Good luck.
Grande estratégia esta aqui, dos fumadores, para esta final A, a luta pela medalha de bronze. One minute for the start. You can put your boats on the water, please.
Get ready. Attention.
Here we go, Yannis Kalendaridis, eagle eye on that flag. He gets the jump on Zygamantis Galasanskis of Lithuania. So the Greek athlete into his boat first. Let's see how he gets himself situated. No troubling waves to contest with there. And Mr. Fitsios just making sure he's pointing in the right direction. And they're both off to a good clean start here. Pretty level now. Zygamantis Galasanskis, such a powerful athlete, Olympic finalist for Lithuania. Both of these two boats now passing the first slalom buoy. Expert navigation from Yannis Kalendaridis, just clipping it with his rigger. Galasanskis now drawing level. There was half a length in it to the first buoy, but the power of this Lithuanian athlete really starting to show its force out there on the water. You can see that the waves get a little bit choppier as they get to the far end of the course, and the current that much more tumultuous out at the far end, with that rocky outcrop at the top of that picture, just throwing water all over the place. But as they come up to the turning point now, Galasanskis just a little bit ahead of Kalendaridis. Kalendaridis' coastal experience might pay off here, because this hairpin bend so difficult to get absolutely right. Let's see how he hammers it into the corner. Will he end up going wide? No, Kalendaridis, perfect positioning. Galasanskis not too far off either, but I think Kalendaridis just out ahead of him now. Just that little bit more experience from the Greek athlete in turning the boat and maintaining a bit of speed before having to get it up to full boat speed again on this return leg. He's steering a slightly straighter course on the way back in. Galasanskis taking a wider arc in lane 2. That could be costly when it comes to the beach landing and the position that he'll be starting his run up this soft sand on the beach here in Oeiras. Yannis Kalendaridis now with a significant lead, a fantastic race for him. Last 50 meters or so, Yannis Kalendaridis looking good for the win in this B final for the men's solo. Bronze medal at stake as they come in towards the beach. A fantastic performance. Yannis Kalendaridis leading ahead of Zygamantis Galasanskis of Lithuania. Last 2 strokes, the tide now right up the beach, so more rowing than running as we come in to the landing. Yannis Kalendaridis will be taking the bronze medal here for Greece in the men's solo. A fantastic performance from him, his 12th race here in these beach sprint finals, and it's a medal-winning race. He crosses the line for bronze for Greece, and Zygamantis Galasanskis for Lithuania coming in for 4th place.
Excelente prestação do remador da Grécia, Yannis Kalendaridis, para a medalha de bronze com um tempo de 2:40-2:38. A grande final entre a Itália e a Noruega. Giovanni Ficara, Kjetil Borch.
Well, it's time now for the gold medal final here at the 2021 World Rowing Beach Sprint Finals for the men's solo. Lining up here in lane 1 for Norway, Kjetil Borch. And in lane 2 for Italy, Giovanni Ficara. Great performance so far. You're guaranteed a medal now in this A final. What are you thinking as you go into this A final race?
I am very happy. For me, it's an honor my kid watch. Very, very good for me. And good luck, my friend.
Excellent. Very, very, very well done. Being here in the A final. Chetel, how was the previous race?
It was a little bit faster, so let's hope I can make this a little bit more faster.
It was a close one in the previous round. Any thoughts going into this A final?
I'm just going to go out. I'm going to leave everything out there.
Leave everything out there. Well, look, very well done. Best of luck to both of you.
Grande final, Itália-Noruega, Giovanni Ficara, Kjetil Borch. One minute to start. Please put your boats on the water.
Get ready. Attention.
Here we go, the A final for the men's solo, and it's a fantastically fast start for the sprinter Giovanni Ficara. Getting down to his boat, let's see how they handle the entry. That could not have been faster for the Italian. He's already 4 strokes in. Kjetil Borch just getting up to speed here now. So it's the best start he could have hoped for from the Italian. Giovanni Ficara coming up to the first slalom boys. This is just the sort of start he needs as he now sees back to his right-hand side Kjetil Borch, the powerful Norwegian, getting that boat up to speed. Borch just having a look over his left shoulder, checking out where the competition is. He'll be looking to make sure that he gets to the correct side of that second buoy so that he stands a chance of closing in on the Italian.
Super emocionante esta saída, com o italiano a ser mais rápido a sair da praia e entrar no barco, mas a experiência do Olímpico da Noruega vale por muito também. Vamos ver, vamos ver.
Ficara already several lengths up in front, 41 strokes a minute to Borch, 40. Coming to the turning point now, let's see how the Italian handles this. Jamming in his right-hand blade, taking this turn as hard as he possibly can. You can see the energy he's putting in with every stroke. Now he's got to pick up the boat and get it moving again as quickly as possible. And now he starts to adjust. He's got perhaps 3 lengths on Borch. Borch now just getting his boat up to speed too. And they're on the race back into the line now. This could be a win for the Italian if he can maintain this lead. The Italians on the bank here are going to be absolutely delighted. This is a good margin, but Borch is such a fast sculler that he may be able to make this up on the way into the beach. Less than 100 meters to go now, and Ficara still out in front of Kjetil Borch. It's going to come down to a flawless finish if the Italian wants to hold on to this lead and win himself not only the gold medal, but the championship title for the men's solo here in 2021 World Rowing Beach Sprint Finals Oeiras. Last few strokes, Giovanni Ficara is steering a perfect course here. Flawless beach sprint racing. It's going to come down to his beach sprint finish. He knows he's going to get onto the beach before the Norwegian. He'll be pleased with this. It's a clean exit. He can't believe that he's done it. Here comes Giovanni Ficara for Italy. Gold medalist in the men's solo. A fantastic performance from Giovanni Ficara. So much support, and coming in for silver medal, Kjetil Borch for Norway. A great race for him. Silver medal to Norway.
Parabéns, parabéns então, que emocionante esta final aqui com a Itália a levar a melhor sobre a Noruega, o italiano Giovanni Ficara a levar o ouro aqui neste Campeonato do Mundo de Beach Sprint em Oeiras, a segunda posição, portanto a medalha de prata para a Noruega com Kjetil Borch, ele que é um atleta olímpico. So what an exciting moment we had here with the Italians, Da Italia. And I'll remind you, so we will shift to the women skip women solo for at 14:30. So that means in about 10 minutes we will see the ladies on the water. And also for the ones that are here supporting these teams, we will have the award ceremony at 17:30. So in about an hour, we will have the award ceremony here on this amazing stage, on this beautiful beach here in Oeiras, Portugal, receiving the 2021 World Rowing Coastal Championship and the beach sprint that we are running this weekend. Este fim de semana estamos então nesta beach sprint, neste Campeonato do Mundo do ano de 2021 do remo do mar. Dentro de sensivelmente 10 minutos passamos à competição feminina, ao skip feminino, às 16h30. Relembra todos aqueles que estão aqui na praia que a entrega de prémios vai ser às 17h30, portanto, às 5h30 da tarde, esta praia vai encher-se com os melhores remadores do mundo de beach sprint para fazermos a entrega de prémios aqui bem junto ao nosso ecrã. Uma cerimónia sempre bastante bonita, a que pedimos a todo o público que está aqui na praia para aplaudir e agradecer a presença destes remadores que vieram um pouco de todo o lado, da Índia, dos Estados Unidos, dos Emirados Árabes Unidos, todo o lado aqui representado em Portugal, Oeiras a receber de braços abertos então esta prova do Campeonato do Mundo de Remo de Mar.
ready. Attention.
With the first race of the World Road Beach Sprint Final.
Come heat number 10, what a sprint for Spain.
David Hussey goes sprinting down the beach here. Let's see who gets there first. It's so close. A photo finish / a buzzer finish. I think that's got to be one of the races of the day, if not the race of the day.
Took you for a one-night stand, and I was hoping to see you again, yeah. Maybe be a little more than friends, you and I, yeah. But lately you've been acting like a ghost, and never answer when I hit your phone. If you wanna go, just let me know. I guess I never should've let you in so close to my body. I should've known, just because you spent the night doesn't mean you want me. I should've known not to let my guard down so damn fast before even knowing where we're really at. Guess I never should've let you in so close to my body, my body, my body.
Okay, folks, we're shortly going to be moving on to our last boat class here at the 2021 World Rowing Beach Sprint Finals. We're about to start with the women's solo, but before we do, it's so great to see so many people here supporting all of these athletes. It's been fantastic stuff. We've also had an army of volunteers and officials helping to make sure that this event runs as smoothly as it has been. So I just want to see if we can have a huge round of applause, please, for all of the amazing volunteers and officials around the site here in Oeiras. A huge round of applause. Well done to all of those volunteers and officials. It's hugely appreciated. And to everybody here in Oeiras, just after the last race at 5:30, we'll be doing the victory ceremonies for all of the races we've had today. So come on over to the big screen area over here and watch all of these athletes being awarded their medals for the competition through the course of today. Well, we're moving promptly on now to the first of the 4 quarterfinals for the women's solo. Lining up here in lane 1, for Tunisia, Khadija Krimi. And in lane 2, for France, Maya Cornu d'Anjou. Huge congratulations on being here, Maya, representing France. But we'd like to know a little bit more about you. Where is it you're from in France, and which club do you race for back home?
I'm Maya Cornu from Libourne, next to Bordeaux, in south-west of France. And I'm representing France for the first time in beach rowing, and I'm so happy. And have fun all the ways, I think.
Well done, you. And how was the process of getting here, the selection process?
I'm first of time trial, so it's my second race. So have fun and best race I can.
Well done, you. You've earned the place here in the quarterfinals. as have you, Khadija Krimi. Khadija, where is it you're from in Tunisia? And who do you
I'm
race for
from
back home?
the capital, Tunis, and I'm with the Marines Club, but now I'm racing with the national team. And I'm happy because it's my first time in the coastal rowing. I used to row in the Olympics. So usually I watch it from the TV and, oh, it's exciting, but when I try it, it's hard to.
Brilliant. And how was the process of selection for you to get here to represent Tunisia?
Unfortunately, in the first race, I raced alone, so I didn't get a good position, but that's the rules. And
You're here now in the quarterfinal. Well done. Huge congratulations to you both. Good luck. Go and get yourselves ready.
One minute for the start. Please put your boats on the water.
Get ready. Attention.
There we have it, the first of the quarterfinals for the women's solo. Maya Cornu d'Anjou, Khadija Krimi. It's a battle to the line here to progress through to the final four, and those semi-finals so crucial. Maya Cornu d'Anjou makes the best of that start. A slight crab for Khadija Krimi, and that has earned the Frenchwoman a 2.5 length lead already coming up to the first slalom buoy. A flawless race is what she'll need now to maintain this lead. Khadija Krimi coming up to the first slalom buoy here. No navigation issues for either of these athletes getting out of the blocks. Let's see how they get into that race rhythm here. Quite a safe lead as we see on the screen. 2 lengths already to Maya Cornu d'Anjou ahead of Khadija Krimi.
E entram as duas primeiras remadoras na água, Maya Cornu da França e Khadija Krimi da Tunísia. Bem próximas ali deste alinhamento. Alguma vantagem para a França.
Approaching the turning buoys now, it's Khadija Krimi trailing behind Maya Cornu d'Anjou. Cornu d'Anjou at 36 strokes a minute to Khadija Krimi at 40. Let's see how they handle this turn. Very tight around the corner from Cornu d'Anjou of Libourne, Club Nautique in France. A great turn for her. She's now going to look for the fastest and straightest line back into the beach. Khadija Krimi will be trying to close in that margin. We know she's fast on the beach, but can she turn that into speed and a fast finish? That's exactly what she'll need, but there's a 2.5 length deficit she's got to make up now with perhaps 100 meters to go. Not much changing here as we approach the shoreline. Maya Cornu d'Anjou for France, leading ahead of Khadija Krimi of Tunisia. It's a knockout race, so only one of these athletes will progress on to the semi-final. The winner of this has at least 2 races left because they'll race the semi-final, and then depending on the outcome of that, the A or B final. Last few strokes for Maya Cornu d'Anjou. She'll have to make a clean exit here if she wants to get up this beach safely and secure that place into the semi-final. Here we go, here's this beach landing. Maya Cornu d'Anjou safely in. Boat handlers take charge so that she can have a clean exit, and the sprint up the beach now. She'll be going through to the semi-final. Last few steps for her. It's a valiant effort from Khadija Krimi, but Cornu d'Anjou hits the buzzer, securing her place into the semi-final. Give it up, folks, for Khadija Krimi of Tunisia, coming in for second place in this quarter.
Ora, a França a passar para as meias finais com Maia Cornu, tempo de 2:50.622. O próximo duelo será entre República Checa e Grécia. Radka Novotkinova e a greca Zoe Fitsu.
Well, we're ready now for the second quarterfinal of the women's solo. Racing coming through thick and fast here today on the last day of racing of the 2021 World Rowing Beach Sprint Finals in Oeiras. Lining up in lane 1 for Greece, Zoe Fitsu. And in lane 2 for the Czech Republic, Radka Novotnikova. Now, Zoe, you've already done a fair amount of racing, but let's just remind everybody, where is it you're from in Greece and who do you race for back home?
I'm from Thessaloniki. My club is the sailing club of Thessaloniki, and I said them. I hope they send me all of their power.
I'm sure they do send you all of their power. Well done getting yourself here to the quarters. Radka, congratulations to you as well, being here in the quarterfinals of the women's solo. Tell us though, where are you from in the Czech Republic?
I'm from Brno. It's the second biggest city in Czech.
Cool, and who do you race for back home?
For Olymp and Lodní Sporty Brno.
And I'm sure everybody there's supporting you too. So look, congratulations on being here in the quarters. Best of luck.
One minute for the start. You can put your boats on the water.
Get ready. Attention.
There we have the start. Zoe Fitsu, Radka Novotnikova. Pretty level heading down to their boats here. The winner of this race will go on to face Maia Cornu d'Anjou in the semi-final. The next round, the final 4 in these beach sprint finals. Novotnikova for the Czech Republic making the best of that start, perhaps a length up already, heading towards the first slalom buoy. Relatively flat conditions here as the tide starts to reach its peak. We'll see what that means though as they reach the far end of the course. The currents getting more turbulent as more water enters this bay area at high tide. Novotnikova hitting that first buoy, doesn't give her any trouble though. Zoe Fitsu starting to find her pace and try and really build into the race rhythm. Her dad, Mr. Fitsios, on the beach here, giving all of the guidance and direction, helping her navigate as cleanly as possible through this slalom course.
Vai ser duelo interessante entre estas duas remadoras, Radka Novotnikova e Zoe Fitsu.
Approaching the turning point now, Novotnikova at 38 strokes a minute. She looks to be slightly off course for that turning buoy. She's going to have to make some adjustments. Zoe Fitsios at 40, so only 2 strokes a minute separating them. But the Czech athlete now in the lead. Deceptive camera angles here. I think the Czech athlete's just going to make it around the correct side. Fitsu makes it to the turning buoy first though. And she navigates that perfectly. So fast getting the boat spun around. Just shows when you've got coastal rowing experience how you can handle that boat and flip it on a dime to get it pointing in the right direction. Expert navigation here from Zoe Fitsu. She's now leading by a pretty safe margin here. She's got nearly 3-4 lengths up on Novotnikova of the Czech Republic. Fitzhugh having raced several times through the course of the weekend, not only in the prep for this women's solo event, but also racing with Ioannis Kalendaridis of Greece in the mixed double. Coming up towards the line then here, and it's the last 100 meters or so. Zoe Fitzhugh with a safe margin. Novotníková going to have to make a few adjustments to get back on course. She could well hit that buoy. No, I think she's past it now. Fitzhugh though, a great race from her here. I don't see the lead changing as we come up towards the beach. Novotníková from the Czech Republic has closed in on that margin somewhat. I think Zoe Fitzhugh might be just keeping a little bit of energy. She knows that from this race she'll have 2 more to go. If she does hold on to the win, she'll have the semi-final in perhaps 15-20 minutes, and then the final after that. So it's all about energy conservation. That's why we love this sport. Power endurance. It's all about the power and keeping that going through the course of several back-to-back races. Zoe Fitzhugh, though, is first out of the boat. She's passing her flag, and she will secure her place through to the semi-final. A great performance from the Greek athlete here. Let's hear it, though, folks, for Radka Novotníková of the Czech Republic, coming in to take second in this quarterfinal. A great performance from her in the women's solo.
And Greece proceeds. E a Grécia avança aí então com Zoe Fitzhugh, armadora de Thessaloniki. O próximo vai ser entre Brienne Miller e Agnieszka Kobuzowska. Canadá e Polónia.
We're moving on in fast order here, folks. Time for the third of the 4 quarterfinals for the women's solo. Lining up in lane 1 for Canada, Brienne Miller. And in lane 2 for Poland, Agnieszka Kobuzowska. Agnieszka, we're here in the quarterfinals now, but let's remind everybody, where is it you're from in Poland and who do you race for back home?
I'm from Warsaw and it's my first time in coastal rowing. I have really fun, but my opinion is unpredictable is predictable here.
Unpredictable is predictable. I like that spin on words there. And this time you don't have to deal with Maciek in the boat with you.
What?
You
Sorry.
don't have to handle Maciek in the boat with you. It's all about you now in the solo.
Yes, we are a couple on the water and on the beach everywhere. We are one team.
Well done, you. Well, look, best of luck. Brienne, great to see you here. How have you been getting on? Where is it you're from, though, in Canada, and who do you race for back home?
Halifax, Nova Scotia. I race for North Star Rowing Club.
Excellent. And how have the previous rounds been going for you so far?
Hey, it's all a learning experience. I think every piece I learn a new lesson, and that's great. It's a nice thing about this sport is it's always changing. Like you said, it's unpredictable, so we'll see how it goes.
That's what we like. Well, look, best of luck to both of you. Get yourselves ready.
One minute for the start. Please put your boats on the water now.
Get ready. Attention.
There we have it. We're underway with the third quarterfinal for the women's solo. Agnieszka Kobuzowska. Oh no, it's a race stop, please. Race stop, race stop. We'll have you back up to the start. I believe that'll be a false start. We'll wait to have that confirmed. So we're going to have both Brienne and Agnieszka back to the starting line, and I'll confirm what happened there to cause that potential false start.
Tivemos uma falsa partida, há que retomar, eventualmente algum erro. Vamos aguardar pela confirmação. Ora, temos cartão amarelo para a Polónia. We have a yellow card for Poland.
Poland, yellow card, false start. Get ready. Attention.
There we have it, we're underway properly now with this third quarterfinal for the women's solo. Brienne Miller, Agnieszka Koba-Savoyska, they reach their boats at the same time. Let's see how they take that first stroke. Is it going to be a clean set off for both of them? It is, it's looking pretty clean. Maciek Zawojski, husband of Agnieszka, just making sure that she gets off to the fastest start possible. Steering directions are in. She's looking pretty safe now for that first buoy. Brienne Miller, a great start from her. She's leading now by a length and a half already, passing that first point. Aubrey Oldham on the bank here, and Sarah Pigeon helping to make sure that she has the straightest course possible heading towards the second buoy. Flawless racing is what it's all about. I like what Agnieszka said. Unpredictable is predictable out there on the water. So tricky as they get into those complex currents at the far end, making sure that they go around that third buoy in the correct direction and get the fastest spin they possibly can whilst incurring no penalties. Agnieszka just got a yellow card. That won't affect her progression, just as long as she has a clean race for the rest of this quarterfinal here and now.
As duas remadoras a tentar o lugar para a próxima fase. Remadora Brienne Miller, da Halifax, do Canadá, a rodar primeiro nesta viragem.
Well, Brienne Miller's made the best of that turn. Good, sharp and tight around the buoy. So she's lined herself up perfectly for a straight run and back onto the beach. And Agnieszka trailing a couple of lengths her stern, can be making up that distance. She's a hugely experienced Olympic athlete, usually racing in the women's quad at the Olympics for Poland. So we know that she's got the technical proficiency on flat water, but she's definitely got the boat strength or the power to transition into the boat speed here in this solo. 2 lengths separating them as they come into the last 50 or so meters on the water. They'll then have to contest this dismount and see if Brienne can keep a clean dismount here and potentially win her place through to the semi-finals. Not far to go before she'll be passing this last buoy. And it's been such a clean race here for Brienne Miller. I think she'll be proud of her performance so far. She's leading ahead of Agnieszka Koba-Savoyska. Last few strokes, Brienne Miller for Canada leading. She'll be taking this run up the beach first. As long as she gets a clean dismount, she'll be up there with a shot at the medals going into the semi-finals. Here comes Brienne Miller making her sprint up the beach. She'll be going through to the semi-finals for the women's solo. A fantastic performance from her. Agnieszka Koba-Savoyska coming out of her boat now. Brienne Miller progresses through to the semi-final. A fantastic race for her. Agnieszka Koba-Savoyska making her way up the beach. Let's have a huge round of applause for our Polish athlete here. Last few steps will seal out her quarterfinal here at the 2021 World Rowing Beach Sprint Finals, Oeiras.
E o Canadá a passar com a remadora Brienne Miller, a remadora da Halifax a passar para a próxima fase. O desafio seguinte será nestes quartos finais com os Estados Unidos e a Espanha, Cassidy Norton e Ainhoa Calpenha.
Time now for the last quarterfinal in the women's solo. Lining up here in lane 1 for the USA, Cassidy Norton. And in lane 2 for Spain, Ainhoa Casanova Calpena. Great to see you guys here in the quarterfinals. Ainhoa, we'd love to know where you're from in Spain and who do you race for back home?
Can you repeat, please?
Sure. Where are you from in Spain?
I'm from in Alicante, in Campello, a village in the east of Spain.
And you have a club in Alicante you race for?
Yes.
What's its name?
Club de Mar, Club de Lillot, El Campello.
Excellent. I'm sure they're very proud to have you racing here, representing them and Spain in the quarterfinals of the women's solo. Cassidy, great to see you again. Tell us, where are you from and who do you race for back home?
I'm from Hamilton, Ohio. My club team is Great Miami Crew, but I row for Robert Morris University now.
Excellent. Well, well done being here. And how has your journey been to race at these quarterfinals in the women's solo?
It's been really exciting. Trials were really different for me because, you know, I've never done this Formula One before, so I'm here now, so I hope it goes well.
You're here now. Hope it goes well. Best of luck to both of you. Go and get yourselves ready.
Este é o duelo então, o último dos quartos finais, Cassidy Norton e Ainhoa Calpena. 1 minute for the start. Put your boats on the water.
Get ready. Attention.
Here we go, we're underway now with this last quarterfinal for the women's solo. Rapid stuff, we've seen her such a sprinter, Ainhoa Casanova Calpena. It's pretty level coming out of the beach here, nothing separating these two athletes, making their way up to the first slalom buoy. Spain always so fast at getting their boats underway, but you can see on this great side-on shot, nothing separating them here, approaching that first buoy. Inches. In fact, it might even be Cassidy Norton out in front by a matter of inches as they now make their adjustments to head up towards the second slalom buoy. Tricky stuff getting this navigation absolutely bang on. They'll be relying on their handlers on the beach, giving them hand signals and perhaps some special glasses to just peek around the corner and see which way they're heading. Cassidy taking this second slalom buoy a little bit wide, but she's still level with Ainhoa of Spain. These two will now be thinking about how they're going to do that handbrake turn around the furthest buoy.
Uma saída impressionante aqui, mas com alguma dificuldade de navegação para a remadora linha da esquerda. Cassidy Norton, espanholas a marcar muito bem a sua presença aqui neste campeonato, já com algumas medalhas e com excelente experiência em remo de mar.
Well, they're making the turn here. Ainhoa Casanova Calpena getting around there first. She was at 42 strokes a minute on her way there to Cassidy Norton's 34. The American athlete clearly going for longer strokes, trying to transmit that power into the water. And there's nothing separating them on the way back in here. Perhaps half a length to the Spaniard as they make their bid for the beach. Such tough work here, and back-to-back racing is what we've got to look forward to. This is their quarter-final, so the winner of this will progress on to that semi-final and face Brienne Miller of Canada. Lots to race for to make it into the final four of the beach sprint finals here in Oeiras for the women's solo. Very little separating them here. Cassidy Norton's got the boat speed back up, drawing level again with Ainhoa Casanova Calpena. Going to come down to this beach dismount and see how they handle the sprint up the beach. 50 meters to go, and we'll know once they make their landing on the beach who's most likely to progress on to that semi-final. The lactic acid will be burning now, and this is just the first of the races in the rundown for the women's solo. Casanova Calpena looks to be ahead ever so slightly, coming in to make her landing on the beach. We'll see how she handles this sprint up to the flag. It's all about the exit here now. She's so quick, foot slightly caught, but she's out of the boat, racing up to the buzzer. Let's see who's going to make it first. Ainhoa Casanova Calpena makes it just a fraction of a second ahead of Cassidy Norton. So we'll see Ainhoa Casanova Calpena progress through to the semi-finals for Spain.
E a Espanha a passar então com 2:55.507, a Ainhoa Calpena com vantagem sobre a norte-americana Cassidy Norton. Portanto, vamos ter nas semifinais França, Grécia e Canadá e Espanha. Lembro a todos que a entrega de prémios vai ser às 17h30 aqui na praia, por isso convidamos todos aqueles que queiram assistir à cerimónia de entrega de medalhas deste Beach Sprint, deste Campeonato do Mundo de Beach Sprint aqui em Oeiras. Pode clicar para aplaudir os grandes vencedores. Less than 3 minutes, so we can start. The first semi-final will be between France and Greece, and the second one will be Canada and Spain. So in less than 3 minutes, we will have these ladies again on the water. From France, Maya Cornu, and from Greece, Zoe Fitsu.
Well, folks, we're already done with the quarterfinals. We're moving on now to the last 4 races of the 2021 World Rowing Beach Sprint Finals here in Oeiras, the first semi-final of the women's solo. Lining up in lane 1 for Greece, Zoe Fitsu. And in lane 2 for France, Maya Cornu d'Anjou. Now, Maya, we've seen you race already today now. How did you find it out there on the water?
Have fun. And very fast for win the best medal, and that's all.
Give it everything. Well done you, good luck. So you've had an awful lot of races already. How was that semi-final for you though?
One more race for me. I hope to give all of myself at this race.
Well, good luck to both of you. Go get yourselves ready. Thanks a lot.
One minute for the start. Please put your boats on the water now.
Get ready. Attention.
Here we go. It's the semi-final for the women's solo. Zoe Fitsu and Maya Cornu d'Anjou. They both make it to the boats at the same time. No big waves coming through. A little bit tricky for Zoe to get her feet in there. And she's underway. Cornu d'Anjou making the better of the start though. She's already a few lengths up, heading towards that first buoy. Textbook entry, absolutely textbook entry coming up towards the buoy. We're now heading up towards that first slalom buoy. Let's see how they navigate this. Going around the bend, they'll make some adjustments now towards that second buoy. Coming up towards the second slalom buoy now. Cornu d'Anjou navigating this so expertly. She really is hugely experienced in coastal racing. She did so well with her sister, Josephine, in Hong Kong when she was racing in the women's double there. And it was a fantastic performance from these athletes from Liban Club Nautique. She's currently leading ahead of Zoe Fitsu. There's a couple of length margin in it as they come up towards the turning point. Let's see how she handles this. She's on the correct side of the buoy. It's a really aggressive turn she goes for there, spinning it round. You can just see the technical proficiency of this coastal rower. She knows how to flip that boat on such a small angle. Fitsu doing her best as well, and that could have closed the margin slightly because Zoe is so fast at these turns. She seems to be drawing level now with Maya Cornu d'Anjou. So it's a sprint back to the beach. It's less than a length separating them coming up to that second slalom buoy. Of course, they don't need to slalom on their way back in to the beach. It's a straight line in, and it's all about heading straight for their flag, which they'll need to run around before heading up to the finish line where they'll hit their buzzer. Such an exciting format for rowing this beach sprint racing, and you can see the crowds on the beach here in Oeiras. So good to see such tight racing so far through the course of today. Maya Cornu d'Anjou under a lot of pressure now. Zoe Fitsu gets back into this race. Less than a length separating as they come up towards the beach. So far it's been all about the dismount. Even with a length or two margin coming into the closing stages, if that dismount goes wrong, everything can be lost. They're going to reach the beach at pretty much the exact same time. Maya Cornu d'Anjou perhaps a meter ahead. Let's see who gets their feet out first. That's proven to be an important tactic. Cornu d'Anjou is on her feet, sprinting up the beach. She looks good to take that place into the A final and a certain medal. She'll be delighted with that. And here comes Zoe Fitsu for Greece. She'll progress through to the B final. A great race for both athletes.
So France goes to Final A. So the next round will be Canada and Spain. We will have Brian Miller and Ainhoa Casanova Calpena.
Well, we're ready now to move on to the second semi-final for the women's solo here in Oeiras for the 2021 World Rowing Beach Sprint Finals. Lining up here in lane one for Canada, Brienne Miller. And in lane two for Spain, Ainhoa Casanova Calpena. Ainhoa, tell us, how was the first race?
Is very good, and in the next, I think that I'm do better.
Excellent. Well, good luck to you. Brienne, same question to you. How was that quarterfinal?
Oh, it's good. I'm glad I got out last night to practice. The water is a bit bumpy today, so I'm glad I had that experience to count on when I got out there.
Great. And now that we're looking into this semi-final, what are you thinking about for this race?
I'm excited to go and learn some more lessons, I guess.
Learn some more lessons. It's a steep learning curve for everyone in this beach sprint racing. Well, look, very well done to both of you. Good luck.
Este é o próximo duelo. Canadá-Espanha. One minute for the start. Please put your boats on the water now.
Get ready. Attention.
There we have it. We're underway with the second semi-final. Canada's Brienne Miller and Spain's Ainhoa Casanova Calpena making their way into the boats. Both very, very fast starters. Casanova Calpena fastest out into the first couple of strokes. Not able to leave Brienne Miller behind though. Powerful Canadian athlete will be looking to really pick up that boat speed. But we see such a high rate of striking from the Spaniard. She knows how to really tick it over. She's just passing to the correct side of this buoy. She uses her rigger to knock it down so it doesn't affect her blade work. But you can see here, very little separating them as they make their way up to the second slalom buoy.
E então entram as duas remadoras para lutar o lugar nesta grande final. Canadá e Espanha. É Brienne Miller e a Ainhoa Casanova Calpena. A Ainhoa Casanova Calpena que tem sempre uma entrada rapidíssima dentro da água. Esta primeira boia ela praticamente
It's a disaster in the Canadian boat. She just caught a crab and she managed to recover it super quickly. But as they pass up towards the turning point here, that could open the door for Ainhoa Casanova Calpena to move through and take the lead. It's so tight in this race as they move up to the turning point. What a recovery from Brienne Miller there. I think that's the fastest crab recovery I've ever witnessed. And it hasn't cost her. Casanova Calpena takes the tighter turn around the corner. Brienne Miller just going slightly wide. That could cost her, but she's faster at turning the boat round. So she's already setting off back towards the beach now. Let's see how this works out in this straight line back to the sand.
Whoa, was super that. Emocionante e espetacular esta recuperação então da canadiana Brienne Miller. A viragem da espanhola rápida. Up to you, Peter.
Thanks, Ignacio. Well, here we go. It's coming into the beach now. Brienne Miller's found her pace. She's now leading by over a length as we come in towards the shoreline. Casanova Calpena will be trying to make up for that, but the speed of the Canadian's boat is just so formidable. She really is able to transmit that power into the water so effectively. And coming in to the last 30 or 40 meters, if Brienne Miller can maintain this lead and get a clean exit, that wouldn't have helped hitting the buoy, but it doesn't seem to have upset her rhythm too much. A clean exit's what it's all about now. First feet on the sand has consistently been a winning factor for those close races out there. If Brienne can get her feet down, she will look sure for a place through to the gold medal final. I know Casanova Calpena still a length behind. Here comes Brienne Miller. She's first feet on the sand. She's sprinting up the beach here. It could well be the win for Canada. It's looking good. Brienne Miller's coming in to press the buzzer, taking the win in this second semi-final for the women's solo. She's sure of a medal now. Just a question of which color. Here we go, folks. Ainhoa Casanova Calpena for Spain will take second in this semi-final and go on to battle for bronze with Zoe Fitzhugh of Greece.
E passa o Canadá para a grande final contra a França. E na final B, na luta da medalha de bronze, vai estar a Grécia e a Espanha. Daqui a 10 minutos vamos ter a primeira final para a luta da medalha de bronze entre a Grécia e a Espanha. Zoe Fitzhugh pela Grécia e na Espanha Ainhoa Casanova Calpena para a luta da medalha de bronze. Na luta pelo ouro e a prata vamos ter França e Canadá. Pela França será Maia Cornu e pelo Canadá Brienne Miller, a armadora de Halifax.
just close my eyes and think of you. When I'm sleeping with someone new, I can't help myself, I wanna miss you. Still feel the way I feel when somebody calls you out. Are you sleeping with someone new? Someone new,
A bit more than 3 minutes for the start of this great final B that we will have between Greece and Spain. A little bit more than 3 minutes for the start with these two nations, Greece and Spain. Mais de 3 minutos para darmos início a esta luta pela medalha de bronze entre a Grécia e a Espanha.
I just close my eyes and think of you when I'm sleeping with someone new.
Come and tell me what you need to know. We can stalk it and make it grow. Come and ask me what you want to know, and we can go.
Time now for the penultimate race of the 2021 World Rowing Beach Sprint Finals here in Oeiras, Portugal. It's the bronze medal race, the B final for the women's solo. Lining up in lane 1 for Spain, Ainhoa Casanova-Calpena. And in lane 2 for Greece, Zoe Fitsiou. Zoe, tell us, how was that semi-final and what are you thinking about for this bronze medal final?
Oh, it was a really good race. Unfortunately, I didn't get it, but I have to move on. So I want to keep rowing at the final B right now.
Good for you. Well, you're still in with a shot at the bronze medal, as are you, Ainhoa. Tell us, how was the semi-final?
Repeat, please.
The semi-final is a good race?
Yes, I do better and now I do better.
Now you'll do better. That's the right attitude. Well done you. Well done to both of you. You're here in the B final, bronze medal at stake. Good luck.
Medalha de bronze, Grécia ou Espanha? Começar daqui a pouco. One minute for the start. Please put your bolts on the water.
Get ready. Attention.
There we have it. We're underway with the B final, the bronze medal final for the women's solo. Ainhoa Casanova-Calpena makes it to her boat first. Fast starting Spaniards, a consistent theme of this beach sprint for 2021. Not leaving behind Zoe Fitsiou though. She is out like a rocket. Let's see how they compare coming up towards the first slalom buoy. Very little separating them at this stage. flat, calm water on the near side of the course, but as they get out to those complex currents at the other end, we'll see how things pan out. Casanova Calpena taking the most direct route, which means that that first buoy has a hard time from her. Hasn't upset her whatsoever, though, as they make their way up towards the second slalom buoy.
E a Espanha a continuar a marcar a sua grande presença aqui neste campeonato de remo de mar, no beach sprint, a conseguir, sem dúvida, sempre entrar muito rápido, mas atenção para a grega Zoe Fizio.
Making their way up to the turning point now, Fizio at 42, Casanova Calpena at 46, a really high rating for the young Spanish woman here representing Spain. She'll be looking to try and close this margin because Fizio's boat speed has seen her earn herself a bit of a lead. She'll be coming into this turning point now. Let's see how aggressively they can handle this. It's a really sharp corner for Zoe Fizio. No margin whatsoever. In fact, Casanova Calpena a little bit tighter into the buoy. Now trying to straighten themselves out. Neither of them shooting too far past the buoy, a matter of feet. Now they're trying to line themselves up for the straightest route back in. Zoe Fizio now out in front, but only by the smallest of margins here. It's perhaps half a length. Camera angles can be deceptive, though, as they make their way back. There's about 100 meters to 150 meters left of this race, and it's going to come back down to, as we've seen so frequently in this highly competitive category for the women's solo, it's going to come down to this dismount and the beach sprint. First feet on the sand has consistently been the winning thing here. Even if they both land on the beach at the same time, those few seconds of thinking about how to dismount are just so costly when it comes to reaching the buzzer here up the sandbank. Now we're nearly at high tide. There's much less of a sprint, so it is really crucial to get out quickly. Zoe Fizio a couple of lengths ahead now. She really has had a great race back in to the beach. She's looking good for the bronze medal here for Greece in the women's solo. She's extended to several lengths now as she comes in to the beach. A good clean dismount will assure her of that bronze medal. There we have it. She's feet on sand. Zoe Fizio for Greece, ladies and gentlemen. She's coming in to take the bronze medal for Greece in the women's solo at the 2021 World Rowing Beach Sprint Finals. A fantastic performance, and folks, give it up for Ainhoa Calpena of Spain. Last few meters for her. A fantastic performance. Fourth place in the women's solo.
E a Grécia a ficar com a medalha de bronze aqui nestes Beach Sprint Finals, neste Campeonato do Mundo de Remo de Mar. Este é o ski feminino. Grande prestação então esta da Grécia. Nadadora Zoe Fizio.
Well, folks, it's nearly time for the last race of the whole competition, the A final for the women's solo. Bear in mind, immediately after this race, we're going to be running into the victory ceremonies just here by the big screen. So don't go anywhere after this last race. Come on over to the big screen area so that you can see all of the athletes who are medal winning being awarded their medals after some fantastically tight racing all the way through the 3 days of competition here in Oeiras for the World Rowing Beach Sprint Finals.
A luta pela medalha de ouro e prata, França e Canadá. Já de seguida, relembro que a entrega de prémios vai ser logo após o final desta regata do ski feminino.
Well, it's time now, folks, for the A final of the women's solo, the last race here in Oeiras for the 2021 World Rowing Beach Sprint Finals. It's between, in lane 1 for Canada, Brienne Miller. And in lane 2 for France, Maya Cornu d'Anjou. Maya, well done reaching the A final. Tell us, what's going through your mind preparing for this race?
Just the waste of my energy in this race, and a lot of fun and a good race with Canada. And let's go.
Let's go indeed. Well, very well done you reaching the A final, and to you too, Brienne. What's going through your mind preparing for this?
I'm just going to follow my course and keep both hands on my oars.
Both hands on your oars, a good and safe tactic. So look, very well done getting here. Your medalists already. Let's see which color. Very best of luck.
Canadá e França. A canadiana de Halifax a dizer que o importante é manter as duas mãos no remo. One minute for the start. You can put your boats on the water now.
Get ready. Attention.
There we have it. We're underway with the last race of the 2021 World Rowing Beach Sprint Finals here in Oeiras, Canada, France. Brienne Miller and Maya Cornu d'Anjou. And it's such a quick start for Cornu d'Anjou of France. She's an absolutely rapid athlete and she's got her technique so refined for getting into that boat. She'll struggle to leave behind Brienne Miller, though, the hugely experienced Canadian athlete. We saw her boat speed in just the previous round. Once she gets the boat moving, she really can pick up some pace. They're moving up towards the second slalom buoy now. Maya Cornu d'Anjou just under a length ahead.
E esta é a luta pela medalha de ouro e prata. A francesa Maya Cornu a conseguir levar pelo menos a melhor neste início, mas a força da canadiana não ficar muito longe.
Cornu d'Anjou so good at navigating this course, just clipping the buoys, a very confident route there because we know that the penalties can be having an extremely damaging effect on your race result. In fact, it's usually race over. But we come up to the turn here. Brienne Miller has caught Cornu d'Anjou in the sprint to the far end, just shows the boat speed of the Canadian athlete. Cornu d'Anjou, though, such technical proficiency in spinning the boat. You can see Brienne's just overrun slightly, so that's cost her a bit of the lead. She's going to have to close in on Cornu d'Anjou if she wants to contest the front of this race. It's going to be a close one here. Navigation absolutely critical. 100 or so meters for them to make the shoreline again, and they'll be looking to pick up that boat speed. If Brienne Miller can find that boat speed that she had on the way out, she may be in with a chance of reaching the beach before the fast French athlete Maya Cornu d'Anjou. She's so technically proficient on the water, Cornu d'Anjou. That spin, she just made it look so easy. But here comes the fast-moving Canadian. You can see on this great overhead shot on the big screen, she's just moving through with every stroke. Question is, who's going to get feet on the shoreline first? Brienne Miller or Maya Cornu d'Anjou? Very similar rates of striking here, much lower than we've seen some of the other athletes, but you can see the Canadian now pulling up to nearly a length up. This could be the crucial margin as they make for the beach. First feet down consistently has been winning through the course of the previous rounds. Brienne Miller coming into the shoreline here now then. Let's see who gets their feet down first for the sprint. It's Brienne Miller. She's running up towards her flag. It's a sprint to the line. Can Canada hold on to the win? It's going to come down to a dive to the buzzer. Absolutely everything on it. It's Canada by a fraction of a second. Half a second in it. 2:43.9 to Canada. Half a second. Brienne Miller, world champion in the women's solo here for 2021 at the World Rowing Beach Sprint Finals for the women's solo. What a performance for Brienne Miller, and silver goes to Maya Cornu d'Anjou for France.
Melhor não podia ser para encerrarmos o dia de hoje com esta competição feminina. Uma chegada aqui à milésima de segundo entre o Canadá e a França, e a canadiana Brienne Miller a levar a melhor com a medalha de ouro, a campeã do mundo, que vai para o Canadá. A vice-campeã, medalha de prata, a francesa Maya Cornu, para a segunda posição. Foi por uma agulha, como se pode dizer. Fantástico. Convido todos então para a entrega de prémios já de seguida, aqui junto ao ecrã. Excelente prestação.
But he didn't give up, and here he comes for the silver medal for the junior men's solo. For Monaco, there will be a turn 3-0.
What a tight finish here in heat number 10. And it's the Swede that takes it. Eskil Borg for Sweden, 2:46.83.
Victory for Greece, Aubrey Alden for Canada. It's a dive to the line. Oh, so close. Oh, so close. It is absolutely on, and France take the win in this quarterfinal. Up to the line, this is going to be so close. An absolute sprint and dive to the finish. Oh, I can barely call it. That was as close as can be. Separating them. Ander Martin, it looks like he's going to be out of the boat first. Ludovic Dubuis is just... It's a challenging dismount for France, but Ander Martin knows he's got it. Spain takes the win in this 2020 World Wildlife Beach Sprint Final for the mixed doubles girls. Guys, come on over to the victory area. Let's celebrate the achievements of all these athletes.
Ora vamos então até à zona do nosso grande ecrã para darmos início à entrega de prémios, para podermos aplaudir o grande esforço de todos estes remadores que tiveram presentes pela primeira vez nesta final mundial, neste campeonato do mundo de remo de mar, aqui em Oeiras, de braços abertos. Podemos acompanhar tudo em direto no worldrowing.com, onde podemos ver imagens fantásticas aqui do nosso Forte São João Leão da Barra e também a grande praia que temos, onde todo este cenário foi montado. Fantástico, fantástico. Um obrigado a todo o público. E agora vamos para o esforço final, para esta grande entrega de prémios que vamos ter aqui. São 5 cerimónias de atribuição de medalhas das competições do dia de hoje.
We're just moments away from the victory ceremony, folks, so if all of the medalists could please make their way over to the area behind the big screen, we can get started. So all medalists from all of the categories, please make your way over to the area behind the big screen.
Thank you, Peter, to invite all the medalists to be on the back of our screen. Que llamamos a todos nuestros hermanos de España que están en la medalla para nos podemos colocar a detrás de la pantalla para darnos inicio a la entrega de premios a la medalla.
My baby, I like you. My baby, I die for you. See you, you know, see you. My baby, you know, right with you. My baby, I don't cover that, I die for you. I pray to the Lord, I rise to the Lord.
The victory ceremony for the women's solo.
A cerimónia de entrega de medalhas do skiff feminino.
Winner of the bronze medal.
Vencedora da medalha de bronze.
Representing Greece, Zoe Fizio. Winner of the silver medal.
Vencedora da medalha de prata.
Representing France, Maya Cornu d'Anjou. Winner of the gold medal and 2021 World Rowing Beach Sprint Final champion.
Vencedora da medalha de ouro e campeã mundial de remo de mar nos Beach Sprint Finals 2021.
Representing Canada, Brienne Miller. Ladies and gentlemen, the national anthem of Canada.
Senhoras e senhores, o hino nacional do Canadá.
Let's hear it for our medalists.
Uma salva de palmas para as medalhadas.
look like big fun. Come on, let's get it on. Like that Marvin Gaye song. I'm stunning, you love it. Come on, give me something. I know that you want it. Come on, give me something. The night is young and so are we. So maybe you should leave with me. The night is young and so are we, baby. The night is young, so let's have some fun. If you love me right, yeah, this could be the summer of our lives now, honey. Give it to me like you know you should now, baby. This could be the summer
The victory ceremony for the junior men's double.
Cerimónia de entrega de medalhas do double júnior masculino.
Winners of the bronze medal.
Vencedores da medalha de bronze.
Italy! Italy represented by
Itália representado por
Paolo Giuseppe Condorso and Pietro Fugazzotto. Winners of the silver medal.
Vencedores da medalha de prata.
France! France represented by
França representado por
Donovan Savary and Remy Rabal. Winners of the gold medal and 2021 World Rowing Beach Sprint Final champions.
Vencedores da medalha de ouro e campeões mundiais de remo de mar nos Beach Sprint Finals 2021.
Spain! Spain represented by
Espanha representado por
Miguel Salas Córdoba and Jaime Sola Bernades. Ladies and gentlemen, the national anthem of Spain.
Senhoras e senhores, o hino nacional de Espanha.
Ladies and gents, let's hear it for our medalists.
Uma salva de palmas para os medalhados.
victory ceremony for the junior women's doubles.
Cerimónia de entrega de medalhas do Double Júnior feminino.
Winners of the bronze medal.
Vencedora da medalha de bronze.
France! France represented by
França, representado por
Elise Beguin and Maxence Dupuis. Winners of the silver medal.
Vencedora da medalha de prata.
Japan! Japan represented by
Japão, representado por
Yatsuzuka Sasa and Yamashita Miyuki. Winners of the gold medal and 2021 World Rowing Beach Sprint Final Champions.
Vencedoras da medalha de ouro e campeãs mundiais de remo de mar nos Beach Spring Final 2021.
Sweden! Sweden represented by
Suécia, representada por
Tyra Carlson and Stina Bujala. Ladies and gentlemen, the national anthem of Sweden.
Senhoras e senhores, o hino nacional da Suécia.
Let's hear it for our medalists.
Uma salva de palmas para as nossas medalhadas.
You got that something, baby, that I can go without, just like a poison in me. You're all that I'm about. Loving the highs, don't mind the lows. It's getting out of my control. I want that something, baby, 'cause I can go without. Mama used to tell me love ain't right if it ain't easy, but I'm in too deep to walk away from you. Papa used to tell me love should never drive you crazy, but I lose my mind if you don't get his suit. I'm addicted to your love, to your love, your love. I'm never gonna get enough. I'm a sucker for your love, for your love, your love. I'm never gonna get enough.
victory ceremony for the Junior Mixed Doubles.
Cerimónia de entrega de medalhas, o Double Júnior Misto.
Winners of the bronze medal.
Vencedores da medalha de bronze.
Tunisia! Tunisia represented by
Tunísia, representada por
Bilal Frigoui. And Hela Belhaji Mohammed. Winners of the silver medal.
Vencedores da medalha de prata.
The United States of America. The USA represented by
Estados Unidos da América, representados por
Britt Wadovich and Brian O'Leary. Winners of the gold medal and 2021 World Rowing Beach Sprint Final champions.
Vencedores da medalha de ouro e campeões mundiais de remo do mar no Beach Spring Finals 2021.
France! France represented by
França, representada por
Kerrion Boulet and Aurora Combs. Ladies and gentlemen, the national anthem of France.
Senhoras e senhores, o hino nacional de França.
Let's hear it for our medalists.
Uma salva de palmas para os nossos medalhados.
the victory ceremony for the men's solo.
Cerimónia de entrega de medalhas do skiff masculino.
Winner of the bronze medal.
Vencedor da medalha de bronze.
Representing Greece, Ioannis Kalendaridis. Winner of the silver medal.
Vencedor da medalha de prata.
Representing Norway, Kjetil Borch. Winner of the gold medal and 2021 World Rowing Beach Sprint Final Champion.
Vencedor da medalha de ouro e campeão mundial de remo de mar nos Beach Sprint Final 2021.
Representing Italy, Giovanni Ficara. Ladies and gentlemen, the national anthem of Italy.
Senhoras e senhores, o hino nacional de Itália.
Let's hear it for our medalists.
Uma salva de palmas para os nossos medalhados. Go.
Well, folks, what an event it has been here in Oeiras, Portugal, for the 2021 World Rowing Beach Sprint Finals. It's been fantastic competition all the way through this weekend, and that is not only down to some amazing demonstration of skill by the athletes out there on the water, it's also down to the amazing volunteers, officials, organising committee here who have put on this event for us in such challenging times all around the world. So a huge thank you to all of the volunteers, officials and the organising committee for what's been an amazing event here in Oeiras, and to all of the sponsors locally who have supported this event going ahead. It's been so great to be here in Oeiras for the World Rowing Beach Sprint Finals. Now we look forward to next weekend, where we'll be having the 13th edition of the World Rowing Coastal Championships, also here in Oeiras. So lots to look forward to next weekend. Preparations already underway for getting that event started. First races underway from Thursday, so there's lots to look forward to. And of course, we'll be then looking forward to next year, 2022, Sandersfoot in the UK, Great Britain, for the next edition of the World Rowing Beach Sprint Finals, where we'll get the opportunity for athletes to try and topple the champions that we've just crowned through the course of yesterday and today. So folks, it's a huge thanks from us up here in the tower. My name's Peter O'Hanlon. We've thoroughly enjoyed bringing you all of the colour and spectacle of this weekend's racing for the 2021 World Rowing Beach Sprint Finals. It's been so much fun up here. On behalf of all of us, thank you to everybody who's involved. Congratulations to all of the athletes who gave it their absolute best out there on the water. We're going to say goodbye for now. Hopefully see you at the Coastals next weekend. And my name's Peter O'Hanlon. I'm going to hand you to my Portuguese co-commentator, Inácio Silva.
Thank you, Peter, and I welcome all the athletes that came here to Portugal. Changing to Portuguese. Obrigado a todos aqueles que tornaram possível este fantástico evento. Foi sem dúvida emocionante vermos estes atletas topo dos topos a competir aqui em Portugal. Vieram de todo lado a dar o seu máximo dos máximos para trazer o melhor do remo de mar até aqui a Oeiras. Este foi o Beach Sprint, portanto, a versão mais curta para a próxima semana, a partir de quinta-feira. Já estamos a trabalhar para ter o Coastal, uma distância mais longa. Por isso, conto convosco também para estar aqui na próxima semana, a partir de quinta-feira, logo bem cedo, para 3 dias de muita emoção. Obrigado a todos os patrocinadores que tornaram possíveis este evento. A Oeiras Valley, o trabalho da Federação, também os Jogos Santa Casa, todo o trabalho que tiveram aqui para tornar possível este evento de nível mundial. Também a todos os voluntários que têm feito um trabalho exímio aqui na preparação deste evento e todas as pessoas que, de uma forma ou outra, tiveram envolvidas naquele que foi a primeira vez que tivemos este Beach Sprint Final aqui em Portugal, um evento internacional. Muito obrigado a todos e espero ver-vos cá a partir de quinta-feira, bem cedo, para o Coastal. Obrigado!